Let's kick it old school! Old school essentials. The further adventures of the Thunderous Fury.
All right, it is Old School Essentials, the further adventures of the Thunderous Fury, session 4-2, the answer to everything. Time for the recap.
Session started last time. We discovered that we're wanted, and we're wanted a lot. 1,000 gold piece for info, 5,000 each alive. I'm sorry, I can make my fortune there just selling ourselves off. Oh, wait a minute, that would include me. Never mind. Too bad I can't run away that fast. Omar does talk to the guards and says some people went up to the Wagonbow Estate. So the guard goes to poke around the Wagonbow Estate. All this, and the dog tries his best to confuse both the guard and Omar with his usual eclectic set of sayings. At the Wagonbow Estate, we're hanging around Jenille. We find out that she has a cozy little basement. Karn would appreciate it. It has absolutely no comforts whatsoever except a fire and a rug, and a couple of minor things, but very utilitarian. Karn would very much appreciate it. Find out that the rug shows all the gods, and Karn converses with her in alignment language to verify that, yes, indeed, she is duck up good, lawful good. There you go. She tells us the story of how the estate went bad, how after the god war, magic vanished, and then crystals fell from the sky, and the ape empire said you had to turn them over. But her father, who was eventually going to, decided not, that the massive crystal that had fallen into the Arboretum was going to be his, and he was going to keep it forever and ever and ever. And keep it in the family, because apparently you can only get access to the estate if you marry into the family. Jenille was warned by her mother that the crystal was very corrupting and it will corrupt people, and the mother then unfortunately died. So Jenille indeed took up her lonely vigil, barely on the estate, in order to guard her family, even though they're turning obviously problematic. Plan still is, Clintok is acting as William, the brother, and so the family thinks she is marrying her brother, and the father will turn over the keys to the estate to her, whereupon, well, hopefully she burns the thing down, but apparently that didn't work last time, so we'll have to try something else entirely. So Orion asks about some extra bedding, and Jenille goes off to find some, runs into Synagogue, Omar, and Remy, who are coming to find us and send them to us. We catch everybody up on the current plan and what's going on. Omar suggests he doesn't want to get involved and leaves, but comes back and waits for Jenille to escort him off the estate, which is probably the same move. Otherwise, he'd probably get hit. Jenille comes back with bedding so we can actually take our long rest and get our spells back and a few hit points, and then escorts Omar out. Synagogue finally, after hours and hours of discussion and a night's rest, finally mentions the fact that we've all got a bounty on our head. Thank you very much. Jenille comes back and we talk to her about the bounty and assure her that, of course, we're not the black magic using apparently all were creature things that the Empire is looking for. It's all a case of mistaken identity. We head in to see our friend married off and possibly killed by the crazy sister. Head into the West Wing. The dog is the smartest of us and refuses to go at first, but Karn manages to convince him to come in. The whole thing is an insect fest. There's insects dribbling out of the guy's mouth. There's insects on the walls. There's insects running from our light. Whatever. So the first place we find is the uncle, who has his boxing room, and uncle with his boxing room, and issues a challenge. And for once, Basil actually succeeds in ignoring him. But we'll get back to that. So we proceed through a hallway of mirrors and figure out, and several people have the unfortunate visions, which can indicate that A, this house is the real shithole, and our future is going to hell. And B, as the house doesn't kill us, the hags are still all looking for us and interested. I mean, geez, frying pan, fire, atomic wasteland. I don't know. Crazy, 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 crazy. So we finally check on Clintok, see that he is indeed sleeping and looks good. So wonderful. The guy gets into a monster fight on his estate and then falls into the honey pot just completely by accident. The wonderful father invites us to a feast, but he mentioned pickled fingers. So all of us sort of decide to pass on that. We went to check on the new ship and stock up because there was every chance we would need every item we can get our damn hands on for this mess. The new ship, by the way, is named The Happiness Begins. We get more information about the soldiers. Teresa, of course, decides that if there's going to be a big fight between good and evil, she has to join us, which is actually good because apparently she knows how to use that musket. So we make it back. The uncle's door is still wide open and still inviting people to do a few rounds with this champion. And of course, Orion warns Basil that he's a cheater, but that only spurs Basil on and makes him desire to put down the cheater. We have a couple of rounds of Basil and the Golem. And apparently, if he wins, he's going to win a lot of gold. So the first round, Basil misses, the Golem hits once, but Basil is still up at the end of the round. So he gets some money and, of course, is challenged to round two and has to do it. Round two, Basil finally gets in a hit, but gets hit back himself and almost loses, but still hangs in there and gets his rather large winnings and begs off because he says he has a wedding to go to. Karn is the only person who keeps seeing visions when going through the hallway. The rest of us stop looking in the mirrors and sees, of course, all sorts of horrific stuff, black eyes, red eyes, people transforming into trees, all sorts of stuff. Janelle informs us that to get to the area that we're going to, we either have to go through the Arboretum, which is the place where, the center of evil, or we have to sneak through other places. So, of course, we sneak through the side passages. Okay, so first of all, we go into bedroom with a creature snoring. He has generally looks like a man, but with the head of a lion and this rather large crown on the side of the bed. Orion manages to convince Basil W. not to pick up the crown until we're on the way out, because otherwise, yes, indeed, we will have a fight on the way in. So we finally walk into the chapel, except it's a very dark chapel. Stained glass, has black veins all through it. All of the statues along the walls have black crud crawling up, and Jenille warns us that the statues will animate if we get too close. Babylon and Natelle come out with 4 guards, and it's time to start the wedding. Karn tries to suggest the guards wait outside. Wait a minute, Karn being canny? Who knew? Babylon tries to send them away, but is overridden by Natelle. So Karn gets ready, starts the ceremony, and is about to put the rings on when a cut-off hand crawls out of Babylon's clothes, points at Natelle, and Natelle raises her hand, which starts to have a black glow around it. Well, that's where we come in.
A couple things. So it was her grandfather who was the one who had the magic crystal in the Arboretum. And Jenille has said that you don't hurt her father because he is the one, as soon as the ceremony is complete, he's going to transfer the wards over to her, and then she's going to fix all of this. You see something around Babylon, her father's, something underneath his clothes. Like I said, their clothes look they look like noble clothes. They look very fine, but they just look worn out through like time more than anything. But something is moving. You would suspect it's like a hand. And she starts to point. Her sister starts to point her finger clearly at Clintok with this black sort of magic and all these bugs like swirling around her. So in this room, you have 30 feet to each side to these statues that Jenille has told you don't go near because they could animate. And she doesn't know what will happen.
Because they're covered in black blood too.
Yeah, they look like they've been defaced. They look like maybe they were statues of the family members or maybe of the Wagonbow family, but they've all been sort of defaced. They have like black ichor or some kind of moss, and there are a lot of them. There's like 24 of them or something. And they line this chapel. The ceiling is about 30 feet high. Behind her sister and the 4 guards, like 50 feet behind them, are a set of double doors and some stained glass that are like Orion said, are all black because there's like insects or something in there. Because when they opened the door, all these insects came flying out. And when the doors closed, they all sucked back in. That's the Arboretum where Jenille has said that is where the evil is. Behind you guys, about 40 feet, is the door you came out of, because you came out of like a secret passage. You went through like 2 secret doors, and then Basil Wilberforce resisted the urge to try to steal a crown that was laying next to a giant lion-headed creature that was sleeping, and went in this like underground passage in the floor and went underground. Behind you is a door, and it leads to like the small little bedroom that leads to that passage. As far as you know, those are the only 2 ways out of this room. And in the room, we have Karn is officiating. We have Clintok and Jenille. At Clintok, your arm is bandaged. I'll let you pick whatever arm you want to pick, but you basically have a negative if you try to use that arm. So you're basically one-armed. Did you have leather armor? What kind of armor did you have?
Yeah, I have leather armor.
Okay, you don't have your original leather armor. You have new leather armor.
Okay.
That looks very noble, and it's got a big WW on it, like for William Wagonbow.
Nice.
Let's see, we got both Basils in there. Karn is officiating. Synodog is in there. Probably way in the back, I would assume. Getting ready to start the music for the dancing and festivities.
Oh yeah, I'm working on the steps.
Torjohn, Teresa is in there. Like I said, she's got her rock thunderstick. Remy is in there, and Jenille. So you guys got there's a whole group of people, I would guess, like on either side of the group. And there's just her father, who looks, like I said, he looks like death warmed over. He just, who knows what's keeping him alive. There's a couple guesses. You get 3 guesses first, you don't count. But and then her sister, then her sister. And then there are 4 guards that kind of came in here they're in plate mail carrying halberds. If there's something specific you want to do before we roll the initiative, like my character would have been here, or I would have made sure that I had done this, that you can do that right now.
Synodog just wants to make sure with the stocks getting warmed up, he's got some local kids, showing off their skills, with the popping and locking and stuff. Out in the back there.
Okay, the only local kids are a bunch of insects. So if you could try to get them
the local insects, then I'm not picky.
I don't want to meta this too much. So Basil has readied something in a pouch at his belt.
Okay.
To be able to snatch out quickly, that he plans on at some point trying to hand to somebody. He's got a potion of heroism. He wants to get it to Karn.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I mean that makes
yeah. He had 3. He's down to 1.
Okay.
He's given his last potion of heroism to Karn. Maybe Karn doesn't even quite realize yet that he's got it on.
Chug.
He put it in his belt or something like that. And but then after that, while the ceremony's going on, he's trying to slowly get behind the sister. And obviously he's preparing for a back attack if we can make it.
Do we know what the was there any sort of like stated protocol on like who's the best man? Because if the position is currently open, Basil would be the best man at Clintok's side.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Yeah.
Maybe you want like a maybe pretty good man. I'm not best, but I'm sort of not the worst, not the greatest. I'm in the 80%, not the top, not the bottom. Maybe you want a pretty good man. That's all I'm saying.
Would Clintok have his dagger on him?
Yeah, you have all your weapons. You have all your gear.
Okay, fair enough. And then positioning wise, Felix will be near like the armed guards or whatnot, if that's not like unreasonable to be like close to them.
I would say, I could say that you'd be at the very end. You're sort of separated, so I would say like both. So you kind of like divided on both sides. Cinedog is behind your group,
Gotcha.
and then the two of them are there, and the 4 guards are behind them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right. That makes sense.
If there's anything else, it's about that time. So this is initiative roll. I would say whoever's got the best initiative really should be rolling, because this is super important. And you all have a hustle point. It is 1 per person. And use it strategically.
Player, right?
Yes,
Player.
For player, not character.
correct.
Yeah, +1s here.
I've got a +2 with Felix, if that's the
There you
highest
go.
roll.
All right.
Yeah, you got it. Go for it.
All right. I'm going to roll
Keep
here.
your eye- we need this
I
round.
rolled a
We
2.
need this-
So
I rolled a 6, so definitely
you
going
got-
first.
all right. You guys are up first. She is clearly, casting some sort of spell with her, pointing her finger, and there's black energy coming out of it. I will say that I don't do the old OSC old school, like you interrupt the spellcaster, the spell is lost. Okay, that works for both parties, but that I don't play that way. So if you like hit her with an attack, doesn't mean her spell's gone.
Oh, I got a better one. Torjohn's going to crank up his only spell, which is light, and
Okay.
he gets to save versus spells or be blinded.
Oh, nice. For Clintok, the ring is about to be put on your finger, and you have the option of saying "I do," which means to complete the ceremony or not.
Gotcha.
Save
Big
versus
pressure,
spells.
dude. Big pressure. I know.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna roll
Oh,
for.
I did forget one very important thing, which everybody should know, especially the group. Jenille has flat out stated that as long as the marriage goes through and she can get the wards to state, that Clintok is completely free to go do whatever the heck he wants afterwards.
Correct.
There are no bonds of holy matrimony. There is get the job done and get the fuck out. Unless you
Also-
want to stick around.
She understood Karn when he was speaking in lawful good as a language.
Yes. So she will keep her word. Should
All right.
should.
I'm gonna roll for this save. 17. She passes. She is not blinded.
Hustle point.
You gonna make
Can
me
I get
re-roll?
you to re-roll?
Yeah.
Yeah, we need this bitch down. We need this bitch gone.
That is an 8. That is exactly what I needed.
Oh,
Oh,
So close.
she is
Tried.
a really high level to have that save against spells.
Yes. Hint.
Yeah, really.
Hint.
Orion will go next. How you keep telling me that the glass in here is covered with crud. Is it dim enough light that I can use a fairy fire? Fairy fire says that it's only usable in dim light to get the bonus. The bonus is a plus.
Yeah, I would say so.
Is it-
Yeah. Yeah. All the light. Yeah. There's enough light in here, but there's.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Orion is going to fairy fire her so that everybody gets a +2 to hit her.
So fair. So yeah, all these lights coming around her.
As Basil's creeping up behind her, because he's got his dagger he's been wanting to try out.
The fire dagger.
Yes, a dagger with a white hot blade, with a red emerald in a pommel.
Okay.
All right, it's a 1d4 plus 1d6 fire damage, but I guess it doesn't have anything extra to hit. Okay, so he's got the +4 and the +2, because his strength is like 9. Come on, don't give me low numbers. 17.
That's definitely a hit.
Is it? All right,
Yeah.
so he gets a d4 and a d6.
Way to squeeze one out, bro.
So he got a 4 and a 2, so 6 points, double damage.
Yeah, it's double damage. So roll 2d6 and 2d4 and tell me what the 2d6 is and the 2d4 is, right?
Okay, I did a D6 and a D4, so that was 6 the first roll.
Okay.
Let's see the second. 7, 5 and a 2. Fire damage was the 4 and the 5.
So yeah, you sneak up like right behind her. She seems oblivious to what you're doing. You stab her, going right through her noble attire there. When you see the thing, like the fire like start to like burn, and it just goes, it as soon as it flashes, it goes out instantly, just like
Mm.
Fire
Feel
resistance
the
of her burn?
heat.
Wow. Ow, ow, ow.
Jenille did say she tried to burn the place down.
Basil
I didn't know
screams at
Didn't
Karn
know it
to,
applied to her.
Basil screams at Karn to drink the potion that he put in his belt pouch, and Karn drinks the potion. apparently.
Okay. Karn drank the
Chug,
potion,
chug, chug.
make
Hero
sure
Karn.
make sure you keep track of that.
Gives him 3 levels, right? So I got to roll 3 hit dice worth of temporary hit points.
Yep.
Nice.
Here he
Wow.
comes to save the
Cat in the way playing with
day.
that. First one's an 8. Second one is a 2. And the third one is a 7.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
17.
good rolls. Bring it on.
Does it give him the whole package? Does he get the plus to hit and everything?
Yes.
Yeah. That's pretty
Wow.
powerful.
That's a nasty little potion.
Question is Clintok gonna say I do or not? That's really the question.
But yeah, I can go for that one.
Okay. All right. You say I do. Excellent.
Yeah, he says, "Of course, sister, I absolutely do," and then takes the.
So you're playing it up like you're William.
Yeah.
Okay. Very good. All right. Felix.
You're just like your father.
Felix is going to charge the sister and try and swing at her with a silver sword. That's
Nice. Okay.
Does a 17 hit.
Oh yeah.
And remember, everybody who's attacking her, you get a +2 because of the fairy fire.
Sorry,
Yep.
18, but or 19, but doesn't matter. For a total of 5 damage.
Cut right into her. And as you do, you cut, and then you see like small little spiders and like earwigs like come out where the cut is, start
Okay.
crawling around her clothes.
I don't know if it matters in this case, but it definitely was using my silvered sword.
Okay, yes, it does matter. I didn't. Okay, very good. Basil and Cinedog.
Basil turns to Clintok. So did he take the ring and like put it on?
Yeah, she put the ring on his finger, and he said what he said.
We need to get you out of here. As your best man, I've got you, bro. Basil, not receiving clear instructions from Zelfan on how it works, takes out this copper statue of a pixie and just starts rubbing it all over Clintok. And this is like just kind of vigorously rubbing it. But fortunately, he rubs it on the stomach. So Clintok, Clintok starts to fade away and become invisible.
Nice.
For 5 rounds.
Oh, wow. Pretty sweet.
Wow.
That's gonna be big.
One quick question. Is that invisibility maintained if I take an attack action?
I think we established yes,
Okay, cool. All right, good to know.
Ooh.
because it doesn't last very
Ooh,
long.
that's
I don't think that breaks if you do something.
I
Yeah.
don't think so. Yeah.
Right.
It's always I've
Okay.
always rolled like 1s or 2s. Never 5s. So this is unprecedented.
The
But
statue likes you.
I'm pretty sure that counts as an action. So
Yeah.
that's Basil's.
Yes. That. Okay. Cinedog.
So I'm not sure what my distances or LOSs are. this point?
Well, I would say that you're probably like 10 feet or 20 feet behind Karn, who is doing the ceremony. So they're probably like 30 feet, like the spellcaster, she is like the group that you're fighting is probably 30 feet from you.
Can I charge?
You certainly can.
I think let me see, my movement's 30, so
Yeah, this is theater of the
yeah,
mind. You're in the ballpark. That's close enough. If you want to charge, what do you want to charge and tackle her?
Yeah, well, Synagogue, he was taught by some of the masters, so he wants to make a flourish kind of attack, using his charms. He kind of sings a song as he comes in flying in for the attack. Why do birds suddenly appear every time you are near? And here's the attack.
Are you attacking with, is this unarmed? Are you hitting with a weapon, or are you just grabbing her, tackling her?
I'm trying to use the sword, the long sword, as a the special attack in OSC. You can make the knocking out, where you use the other pool of hit points. I want to do that.
Subdual damage, trying to knock her out.
Subdual, yeah.
Okay, yeah, go for it. Go ahead, roll an attack.
Shubam. Oh, 19.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit.
Okay, it was 1.
All right,
1 point of subdual.
Yeah, so you run up and like try to clock her. Remy will step back from the fray because she is not a melee fighter. And Teresa takes out, she points the thunder stick and fires.
So they sprinkle starlight.
And she gets a +2 from the fairy fire and hits.
Nice.
And you hear this loud explosion, and she does 2 damage. And whoever is like next to her is probably deafened for at least a second. We got 4 guards. 2 guards will come up after Basil because he backstabbed her.
Yeah. So
they're attacking with a halberd. And here we go. Natural 1. So
Yes.
84, that's something. So I got to roll. Let's see. It may affect the other attack. So he goes to hit you with the halberd, and the blade literally just flies off. So all he has is a stick, and he's like, the second one will attack you with a 4. They're completely discombobulated. The other 2 will go after Felix. 13.
Does not hit.
I don't think that's a hit. These guys have no plus. Nat 20. Ooh. That is max damage. That's 20 damage.
Can I use my hustle point to force you to re-roll that one, or?
You know what? I will let you do that.
Because otherwise Felix would have gone down for the count.
Okay. So I got to re-roll. 18 this time.
Oh, it still hits.
Okay, you take 7 damage. It was better than 20.
Can I use mine or no?
Slightly better.
That's a 1. Can you keep doing it or no?
No, you just, well, as far as what, hustle points?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody gets 1 per session. He was looking at 20 points of damage, which would have dropped his.
Could I do it again if that second one missed or something?
I would let you, you might, I would kind of, okay. I'm open to creative ideas. I will say this.
Cool.
You will need them. It is early.
Okay, cool. Right. Okay, good. Cheers.
All right. So both of those one attacked hit. Those are all 4 guards. William, she can't see. He vanishes. And she looks really pissed off. And the person who obviously caused this, I hate to say it, was Basil Bessex. Save versus death.
Good thing he just leveled this up. Wait, for saves, I want to get over, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay, all right. 14. That's a save.
Yes.
Wow. Black energy hits you. You feel for a second your body like feels like it's about to like waste away, like you're about to disintegrate. It just kind of washes over you and you're still there, and she screams in anger.
What's your problem?
All right, that was Natelle. Okay. That was
I'm sorry. What did Jenille do? I didn't hear.
oh, Jenelle. Oh, you're right. Jenille kind of stood back because Jenille cannot do anything to her sister or anybody in the estate.
All right. She's bound by the family wards not to do anything. She can't even take the card? Well, whatever.
Her father's like, "Oh, William, go. The festivities have begun. Excellent. Where did William go? Jenille, come over here." And she starts to he starts to walk over to her, and it looks like he's taken something out of his neck, and it's on some piece of twine, and it looks like a desiccated hand that's kind of moving, and he's like taking it off of his neck. Oh well. All right, it is everybody's gone. It's initiative number 2.
Who wants to go? I've got it. Basil's got +1.
Also plus.
Yeah. Orion's got +1, but we should let somebody roll who has a hustle
didn't.
just in case you want to use it.
I'm going to tell you, I won't use a hustle point on initiative.
Okay. Fair enough. It might make a difference.
All right, I rolled a 2.
Basil will roll. You rolled a 2. I rolled a 1, but I have a +1, so it's a 2.
You guys are up first.
Felix is going to go for another strike.
I want to just make it clear to everyone that I'm going to cast sleep on the guards whenever that happens.
Okay.
Oh, nat 20.
All right, give me a percentage roll.
61.
You knock her back 10 feet and she falls to the ground. It's max damage, whatever that weapon is.
Yep.
Plus a roll.
That was Natelle.
Yep.
So 8 + 5 for 13.
And you just whale her on one, like a Basil like moves out of the way and she's like hits the ground, and like bugs just start crawling all out of her body, like going all over the floor. Yeah, that was good.
Orion will target one of the guards on Basil W. Attempt to hit.
Can I roll in some sleep before that happens?
Yeah, you.
Oh, that's
go
true.
for that.
You could end up sleeping them. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not sure how we go in order or whatever.
Yeah, you can go.
So
Just kind of whoever says I'm going next.
okay. So here's I think it's
don't make
2d8,
target
and I'm
either.
affecting a group of
Yeah.
4 + 1 or under. So I'm rolling 2d8 hit dice, and they all go to sleep. Kaboom.
All right, you cast the sleep spell. They seem unaffected by it.
Oh, are they elves?
Nope. Not as far as
Oh,
you
wow.
know.
Okay, so then I make it somehow known in secret code to everybody that they either are immune or they're 4 + 1 or higher.
Well, they would see you cast a spell and realize it didn't seem like it affected them.
Yeah. So those are the
Great.
conditions by which they wouldn't be affected. I think.
Them
Hopefully,
things are probably undead. Back to Orion pulling out his sling and attempting to wail on, pick one of the guards on Basil W and aim at him. 15, does a 15 hit?
On one of the guards? No.
Yeah. Damn, plate mail. I hate it.
Yep, they are in plate mail.
Torjohn will attempt to do the same. He's nope, fail. Well, those guys are going to take forever to take out at this rate. Okay. Somebody, Basil, I tried.
it's okay. He's getting ready to get out of Dodge. matter of fact, he's running first to Felix, and he hands him a healing potion because he's got one of the ones that Karn bought. Karn was passing a couple out. He gave one to Basil, gave one to Orion. So he just hands him the potion that's got the 6 doses in it because he's not going to mess around, wait for him to drink it and hand it back. He goes, healing potion, as he holds past him and runs for the door.
Which door are you running through?
The door we came in through.
Oh, okay. You're going through. Yeah. Oh,
He's
okay.
running for that door. Is that door open or closed?
It was closed. So you're okay. So you're running for the exit.
He's running for the exit and yanking the door open. And Karn, having seen what happened with the dagger, pulls out the tongue of Cuthbert and uses that to try to attack Natelle as she lays on the ground.
Okay.
Can't see if that's a 10 or a 16. 16.
Yeah, it's a hit.
Yeah, that's like +4 and all that other stuff. Strength modifier +1, but he's -1 on everything he rolls, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
and then the tongue of Cuthbert does 1d4 and 1d6 of electric. That
And
does
you're +2 to hit her in melee.
yeah, that does 7 points of damage.
Okay. Yeah, she gets hit and
The crackles of electricity.
yeah, just like
It
yeah.
doesn't do what the fire did, does it?
no, she takes that. She's like starts like smoking a little bit. And some of the bugs start to shrivel up and like roll on their like crawl up on their backs and curl up.
Let's bring even more nastiness into the mix. Orion yells back at Basil Wilberforce, "Bring the crown!"
Okay.
Clintok is gonna step away from the position he was standing in, just in case somebody targets that space.
Yes.
And then he is gonna loose a silvered tipped arrow towards the sister with a 16 to hit.
You shoot it and it looks like it's like direct, like exactly going to hit her. And at the last minute, the arrow goes like right around her and skitters on the floor.
Sad. Okay, good to know.
What the hell?
Teresa has fired and she runs up with her bayonet to try to stab at her on the ground.
Yes.
And that's a 19 plus, so she takes 3 more damage as she just like stabs her. Take that, you evil thing.
Basil, what he's gonna do is he's going to he pulls out of his pocket an acorn and he puts it in his mouth.
Okay.
And then he runs up and tries to wall up the Natelle.
Wait a minute. He puts the acorn where?
In his mouth like tobacco.
Yeah, like tobacco.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can't remember what those things do. They're before my time.
He has a couple of them. I have 2 listed that he has. That's a 17 to hit.
That's definitely a hit.
And that is, let's see, I think it's just D4 because it's just pure fist. So that is 4 points of damage. As he goes to clock her right in the jaw.
You do. You smash her in the jaw and some of her like teeth fly out. And then for a second, they're like black specks. And then they sprout wings and they start to fly off into the room. And her eyes get like soft, like focused, like she looks very, very angry.
And he whips his finger out, like, and you can hear the air flit, like the air whoosh as he whips his finger out. He says, "It's Clintok's special day. Expect it."
Okay.
Oh, damn.
She looks really bad. She looks in really bad shape.
Remy's bowing out of this fight. What's Jenille doing?
Jenille runs up to her father, and her father takes off this weird hand that's, moving around, and he hands it over to her and she puts it on. Oh, I'm gonna actually have to look that up. That's an 8. It may not be good. She had this glow about her, and then she starts to look, her face starts to look withdrawn, and she starts to look very, very sickly. And then she's like, William, where are you? And she just collapses to the ground. It looks like she's like aging as you speak, like years and years and years. She looked, youthful and almost celestial. Now she's like aging before your eyes. Her sister lets out a big cackling laugh, and she's got one thing that she can do. And you see this electrical energy start to shoot through her body. And she's got 3 targets. And let's see if I can get those 3 targets. I'm going to roll a d4. I rolled a 3. I don't know if you can see that. So there's Basil, Teresa, and Felix, I believe, that are all right there.
Yeah.
She shoots out some electrical energy that she aims at, I would say, Basil, because he's right there. And it shoots from Basil and hits Teresa and hits Felix. It is save versus spells.
All right.
Okay.
See how this goes.
Felix does not save. Holy crap, that's a lot of dice.
It's a lot of, it's a couple ones.
That's a lightning bolt, isn't it?
Chain lightning. Bitch is serious.
I roll a nat 1, so
Oh no!
I'm gonna use my hustle point because I haven't used it yet.
Nice.
This is the right. Well, it's not a nat 1, but it's definitely a fail.
Okay.
6, 8, 10. She's a 10d6.
No, it's 11. If you failed, you take 28. If you made it, you take 14.
Guess it wouldn't have mattered.
Felix is dead as a door now.
Okay, so we will go to the death and dismemberment chart because there you could still pull through. We won't like life very much, but you might make it. So how much below the negative, below your hit point total are you?
Said 28.
Yeah.
So I'm minus 24.
Oh no.
Because I get hit for like 7, I think, before. And I wasn't at full health.
Okay.
Unless I magically got healed last time, but that would only change it to minus 21 if that was the case.
So this was Felix. Was he injured coming into the fight?
Yeah, like the session before last, he still had some minor lingering wounds.
I will say that I will say you could be at max hit points. That wouldn't be fair to your character showing up, injured. I don't.
All right, minus 21 then.
Only minus 21.
Both of you guys roll a d12.
Quick question: is Felix supposed to be at level 3?
I think so, right?
Okay, well then I have a few more hit points, but it probably doesn't matter that much.
All right, so Felix, roll a d12, and Basil, how below are you?
He is negative 14.
Negative 14.
Yeah, he had 14 hit points. So if he saved, he would have been down to 0. But he does have the acorn in his mouth.
Yes, I am taking that into account.
Okay, yeah. So he is 14 below with that hit.
Okay. Roll a d. Both of you guys roll a d12. Tell me what you get.
I got an 8.
Okay.
And leveling up to 3, because I forgot to do that last time, that takes me to minus 15 instead of minus 21. Sorry about the...
No, you're fine. And Basil, what'd you get?
I got a 10.
Very loud. And all 3 of them are laying on the ground, smoking. I got to roll for Teresa.
Yeah,
Okay.
Teresa's.
Yeah, she failed. Yeah, yeah, here's Teresa. I actually statted her out. Ooh. They're unconscious. They're on the ground smoking. And she laughs. The 4 guards
Okay.
in plate mail move back and retreat and turn, and they're blocking the door that goes into the Arboretum. I believe that's everybody. It's initiative time.
I can roll for initiative.
I rolled a 4.
With a +1, I got a 4. So
All right, you guys are up first.
Clintok is gonna go over to his bride to be. Well, I guess now bride. And he is going to attempt to stab the weird charm hand necklace with a silver dagger.
She looks like she's like 75, 80 years old now.
Not what Felix signed, or not what Clintok signed up for.
Clintok was not about this.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, you don't need to roll to stab it.
Okay.
You can just give me
3 for damage.
you hit it straight on and pull your dagger out, and it doesn't look like it does any damage to it. It just kind of comes out, and the hand just continues to move. And she's saying something about how she has failed, and I've failed everyone. I'm so sorry.
All right. Well, last round made it absolutely clear who the real problem was, and it sure as hell wasn't the guards. Orion and Torjohn are sort of kicking themselves, but first they're going to attempt to whack the bitch. So Orion rolls to hit 15.
That's a hit.
3 damage.
Yep, dead. She had 2 hit points left.
Oh, God damn. Could have done that last round.
And she dies. Describe how you kill her.
The comical moment where she's propping herself up and she's and the stone just bounces right off her head, snaps it back. Stone goes right up, right back down, and hits her on the head again, and she collapses.
Yeah, she lays on the ground, and her body just kind of disintegrates into earwigs and spiders and all sorts of other little critters that just spread out everywhere. And then they start to move towards the Arboretum, like they're headed to go under the door.
Okay, so Torjohn sort of pivots then, because the guards have retreated. She's dead. And he does not see, obviously, what Clintok attempted. He is going to whip off his tunic, just if necessary, just rip off a chunk of his tunic and wrap it around his hand and go over to Jenille and try to yank that amulet off of her.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you pull and grab the hand, and it's twitching, and you have it.
And well, as soon as he gets it off Jenille, he's just going to drop the damn thing.
Okay.
He doesn't want to touch it.
Yeah,
he just wants to get it off of her.
Yeah, it's laying there on the ground.
What's her dad doing after he gave the hand over to her?
He's kind of looking around like aimlessly. If you're watching him, you see like pieces of his body like literally fall off and hit the ground. And when they hit the ground, they turn into like a little bug and they scurry off. Like he's slowly like falling apart. But we do have 3 smoking party members who are dead.
Are they dead, or is this a we could revive them moment?
This is they need healing potions.
Felix is incapacitated, but holding.
Down the beach first.
Karn takes on one. Basil runs back in with with another one, and
well, if we're out of combat, then Orion will go for at least one. He has a healing potion.
Remy will run up to Teresa and see to try to help her. Cinedog, you've seen all this happen.
Okay, I don't know if I don't have any healing potions or anything, but
You could check the people who are injured. They might have one. I don't know if Felix got a healing potion or.
Yeah, Felix did. It was Basil, I think,
Yeah.
as he was running out of the room, yelled at him.
Okay, yeah, you would have seen that. Yeah.
then the dog can search them for healing potion or something.
Yeah, you find his body is very hot, like it's like hot to the touch, and you find this healing potion, which is it's magical, so it's still good.
Oh, okay, so Cinedog, he gets close to the hot body, and of course he's still singing his song.
Yep.
Gets the that is why all the girls in town follow you all around. Just like me, they long to be close to you. Chug, chug, chug goes the potion.
He didn't say how many doses that had, did it?
6, he said.
Oh, he did. He said it had 6.
I don't
Okay.
know how many doses you want. You want 1 dose? You want 2 doses? I'd throw 3 doses in there.
He's unconscious. He's not going to answer.
Roll 3d6, and then we'll do 3d6 next round. So we'll say like he can get 3 doses this down and 3 doses next round.
Okay, I make him chug it. If you would be so kind, Mr. DM, to roll. I don't want to be the cause of my brother's this misfortitude.
Okay. 9. So you get let's see. I am keeping track of this. It'll be 9 this round. So he is still unconscious, but and like standing like over him, you could feel the heat.
I'm gonna be continuing to administer if that still has potion in it. Yeah.
Yep.
So I just continue my tune. On
Okay.
the day that you were born, the angels got together.
Teresa and Basil Essex need help.
Basil will come up and grab one from Karn, I guess, because he gave his only one to Felix, and start pouring it down the throat of Teresa. And Karn will try to see to Basil.
Okay. So for Teresa, give me a roll 3d6. Because you're going to be, if it's a full potion, you get 3 and then 3.
Okay, so that's 10 points.
Okay, so he might make it. Who knows? So basically, what happens is when you drop below 0, there are different steps, and you get like fatal wounds. So basically, what you're doing is healing the fatal wounds till they survive. You have 3 rounds. Who's going over to Basil Bessex?
Karn.
Karn, when you go over to him, you realize, he's smoking and everything. He's breathing, and then he begins to cough. And there are like flowers that come out of his mouth, and they just kind of like float in the air.
All right.
And Basil, you're awake.
What are you saying? The guy's farts don't stink?
Oh, Nashara really pulled through. I gotta give this gods thing another try.
My friend, let me tell you about Cuthbert.
Right.
Basil will hold up his hand and say, Cuthbert just didn't save my life. Nashara did.
It was
The
the
goddess-
hand of Cuthbert that guided Nashara to give you the acorn.
I don't know if that's how that works.
I promise you, it does.
But where's Clintok? Is she dead?
Oh yes. My best friend over here, Orion, slew her with a sling stone.
Orion goes, yeah, after everybody else wailed on her.
Well,
Oh, we just handled your light work.
what matters is she's dead. Cool. I think I've got a seed in my tooth. And Basil's gonna look around and see if he can try to see if he can be of an assistance to someone.
So Jenille is slowly getting older and older. As the hand is not moving, it's just laying on the ground, and her father is just standing there, and his pieces of his body are just falling off, chunks, and hitting the ground, and they turn into bunches of insects, and all the insects scurry and eventually head to the Arboretum. And the guards have made their way all the way to those double doors to enter the Arboretum, and they just stand there.
I know what Basil's gonna do is he sees all these insects scurrying through the Arboretum. He's going to pull out a vial, which he still has one dose of clairvoyance, to see if he can see through the eyes of the insects inside the Arboretum.
Yeah, if you want to do that next turn.
Yeah, next turn.
Okay. Orion is going to attempt to figure out what the hell is up with Jenille and can we stop it? And I am basing that on the lore roll for the Bard.
Okay.
The second level, the Bard has a 2 in 6 chance of knowing lore pertaining to monsters, magic items, or heroes of folktale and legend. Presumably,
Okay.
this would be monster.
All right.
But I'm trying to figure out what the hell is wrong with her and how we can fix it. And I actually rolled a 2. So
Okay. So looking at her condition and looking at this hand on the ground, you've heard stories of people or entities who give their life force by, they might put it in a gem, or they might put it in a potion, or they might literally cut off a piece of their flesh. The power of the estate is connected to something, but this is sort of like a proxy almost. Like it's just an extension of it. The hand goes to somebody, and they hand the hand to somebody to sort of, do their bidding. And
Right.
as you're looking at Jenille, you realize that, she had this glow about her. She's not human. She is some sort of entity, celestial, maybe something. This hand obviously can kill you, but it also can give you great power. If any of what I said made sense.
it's a conduit.
Yeah.
So, and even though we took it off her, it's probably still affecting her.
You probably realize that she has such a strong energy that it may take a while to kill her.
Well, when in doubt, just ask. Jenille, is there any way we can help you?
She says in this old woman, she says, you have to destroy the evil in the Arboretum. I wasn't strong enough to take the wards from my father.
Destroy the evil in the Arboretum. Oh boy. So go through 4 skeletons and God knows what the hell that is.
Does the hand grant you the power to destroy the Arboretum?
I don't know.
Is this loud enough that Clintok can hear this conversation?
Is this long enough that Clintok is back to visible, or do we care?
Still got 3 more
strange
rounds.
noises?
We got to roll the potion here. Okay. I rolled for you, Synagogue. So 10, 13. So that's 13 more points. So all your fatal wounds, Felix, have been healed. You come to. You have 1 hit point. You're at -4 to everything. Your body feels like it's on fire.
Yo, that's my DM, yo. Big up to our DM.
Thanks.
So
Yes. maybe
How about
death is
Basil?
preferable.
The ramifications of that is you have the burned condition. You cannot wear armor for 23 days.
That's okay, bro. I'll rub the salve on your body at night. It's okay. I won't look.
Give me let's see. You know what, I'm not I would say this, Felix, considering how bad it was, you're supposed to get a roll, but I'm gonna say no, I don't think you would get a roll. You're deaf.
Oh, okay, cool.
You cannot hear anything currently.
That makes sense. I got hit by a massive fucking lightning bolt.
We got to figure out if Teresa survives.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a very good question.
Because if not, I'll bet you money her.
Well, I rolled a 1, so that's actually pretty good for her.
Oh, nice.
See, she did not make her save. She was at her hit. How many hit points did she have? I actually did stat her out. She had 6 hit points. She lost, so she would have been at negative 22. So 23.
Got 10 back. From the 3 doses, she got 10 back, right?
Right, but so she has 8 fatal wounds. So when you have a fatal wound, it's 2 healing to 1. So basically, if you roll a 3d6, if you get.
Okay, and there's another ace up the sleeve for her.
Okay.
Actually, I just got 6, 5, and 5.
Okay, so she actually comes to.
Or 16, yeah, 16.
You know, her hair is like completely burnt off. The thunder stick is like glowing red hot. She's like, "Did we kill the bitch?"
Basil Wilberforce, while he's doing this with one hand, some of you might think he's trying to fill her up, but he's trying to see if she's got any gold on her.
No, she does not.
Damn. Yeah, she's dead. You help so Orion could kill her.
So make sure the healing potions you're marking off. Felix is alive.
Basil E. We need to check on Basil E.
Basil, yeah, Basil Bessex is. He seems fine. He doesn't look like he's in rough shape like the rest of them.
Really?
The acorn.
What the hell?
The acorn.
I can think. You know, I think I'm gonna turn a new leaf and become and pay homage to Nashara.
Oh, great. Karn's just having a bad day there.
Karn kneels down to Jenille. And he picks up the necklace with the hand on it. Says, "If I put this on, will I have the power to destroy the Arboretum?"
She says it's much too dangerous, but she says you'll have one chance. You may it may help you though. I am not. I failed. Maybe you can succeed where I have failed.
But she's a celestial being.
She seems to be.
But am I strong enough?
Only Cuthbert knows that.
Right.
From what he's understanding, the only chance that she had of destroying the Arboretum in her mind was putting on the hand, getting the powers, and then being able to hope to be able to destroy it with the power that she had.
Yeah, from what you gather, these are the wards. So she would have the power over the estate, and then with that, she would try to vanquish the evil. Now, to what extent this does anything, or she could do, that's her understanding.
So while he still has the abilities of a 6th level paladin, he's going to first try to lay on hands with her and see if that has any effect on her aging.
She seems to realize what you're doing, and she says, "Don't." I mean, she's like, "My time has come. I cannot be saved."
Huh. Okay, so
It's-
while he's got the saving throws of a 6th level paladin, he's going to try to put on the hand.
Oh, great.
All right. What I like to
He's
see.
got to. Like, I don't think that he would have any other choice.
All right. So it's save versus death. It is a -4.
Oh, God.
And you are at what, -1 already, so -5. So your save versus death at 6th level is 8,
Yep.
5, 13. So basically you got to roll a 13 or higher,
Or I die.
or higher than 13. It doesn't mean death. Save versus death doesn't necessarily
Okay.
mean death.
Yeah.
Could be something worse.
All right. If I roll under, I'm definitely using my hustle.
I hope so. I would hope that would trigger you roll using your hustle point.
All right, here we go. I got a 35% chance of making this, something like that. Yeah. 17.
Wow. Karn puts on the on the hand. You feel
Okay, my heart got racing.
good. You feel like death come over you, and then the power of Saint Cuthbert pushes it away, and you are at ease with it, but it's very uncomfortable. You are currently aware of all creatures and humanoids on the estate.
Yeah.
Like you have an awareness of everything. Like this estate is huge, like all the creatures and things that are moving. You realize that in the Arboretum is some sort of presence. The hand belongs to that presence. You also know that you have this feeling like you'll have to repeat this save if you wear it more than one day.
Okay.
And I will send you what this does.
Okay.
And we'll keep on fighting till the end. We are.
I had to take a picture of that 17 because that
Oh
was,
yeah, that was
that's posterity's sake, man.
you're also aware that the reverse of spells, right? Like if you cast darkness, you can cast light, which is the
Oh,
reverse.
yeah.
Okay.
No time for losers, cause we are the champion of the world.
Janelle's like, where's Clintok?
Clintok, that hasn't like left yet, like moves up to her and whispers into her ear, "I'm right here, my love."
She's like, I couldn't do it. You're a Wagonbow now. You must complete what I have failed to do.
All right, whatever you need.
And with that, she expires.
Damn.
And
Drama,
then-
please.
and you see like this glow in her eyes, and her body just kind of shimmers and vanishes, and like fairies or little tiny fireflies go up into the air and light up the room.
Can I use the rest of my turn to sneak past the guards, if possible, while invisible?
They're standing like right in front of the door, so it'd be kind of hard.
Okay, fair enough. I will move over to them, getting ready to stab one of them.
Karn, you are aware that the guards are undead. Hence, that is why a sleep spell did not work on them. They're in full plate mail.
I can probably turn them.
And all the things on there, you're as you're looking at it, if you try to do the reverse, you got to do a stat check. If you know what that means.
I mean, I
You
know
gotta check
that, like,
yourself, yo.
you might say do an intelligence check, and I got to roll under my intelligence if that's what.
Correct. That's
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
have to do if you do the reverse.
Yeah.
If you do what it states, you don't have to roll anything.
Okay.
I don't know why Karn would, but you never know. You could turn over a new leaf.
No.
I will become the anti-Cuthbert.
Well,
Yeah, no.
because the first thing I was thinking was, as soon as I saw this, is can I try to use Raise Dead on her?
It depends on if she's really dead.
That's a good question. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't. I mean, if that's something you wanted, she would probably tell you not to do it.
Okay.
Because you're just wasting your time.
Okay. Okay.
He doesn't get a lot of dates.
If I'm aware of all the creatures and humanoids on the estate property, what's inside the Arboretum?
Something horribly evil. So when I say aware, you're like kind of, you sense that they're there. Do you know exactly what they are? Not particularly, but you can sense them. Something demonic, evil is in the Arboretum. There's lots of bugs and insects. Definitely death is in there.
Sounds like we have a hero's imperative to go there.
Russell, give me a D12 roll.
7. Torjohn's faith in Karn is, of course, completely justified because you've seen Karn do amazing things, rescuing from slavery. You know, Karn, can you turn the power on itself?
I'm not sure if I can. This has a strange sense about it. I'm aware of everything that's around me, all over this estate. There's a great evil in the Arboretum.
Something is moving towards your location, Karn. You can sense it moving. You're not sure what it is, but something is moving. It is not in the Arboretum, but it's now headed to your location.
And there's something headed this way. Am I sensing that it's evil, good?
Oh, yeah.
It's evil.
Oh, yeah.
This way. Something evil is heading this way.
Is
From
it an
where?
alien? Can you see it on your scanner?
Nuke it from orbit. So when I say that, like, it is not the evil in the Arboretum. It's something else moving. But it doesn't give off that kind of like, whatever is in the Arboretum is probably sending things towards your location.
Okay.
It senses something has happened.
We better deal with that start.
I'm going to start by trying to turn these undead that are in here.
Yeah.
Because I'm a
Six
six
level
level paladin for 6 turns plus D6 turns. So I figured as long as the encounter goes on, most likely.
6 turn. Yeah, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you roll 2d6.
2D6, yeah. So I got 6.
As you do this, the 4 guards standing there drop their halberds. Well, one of them just drops a hole because his halberd fell apart. And they kind of look panicked and they start running. They run past you in a frenzy. And they go near the statues.
Shit.
Karn, can you command the statues?
Damn, can I command the statues?
No. They reach the door that you came out of. So is there anything else anybody is doing? You can sense that presence now is in the Arboretum making its way towards your location.
It's where?
It's in the Arboretum.
The one that's heading towards us?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Right.
Basil was going to take his potion of clairvoyance.
Oh, okay.
What was
You're
going
right.
on inside the Arboretum?
Okay, very good. So you do that, and you focus on an insect, like a spider, and you see it crawling in. Basically, it's this large, like twisted black forest with brambles and briars, and there's these trees, and all the trees look like they have horrific faces on them, like they were transformed into that. And it meanders, goes up to like a small little hill. There's really no path. And at the top of this hill is like a form, and all you can vaguely see is like 2 eyes, and then this giant form with like horns. And the eyes look like they're glowing, but you're not seeing really in color.
can I tell what this form is? Like what shape it's in? Or is it like a statue, or is it like or what's it look like?
It looks like it's covered in bugs. It looks like there's some kind of entity, but it's hard to see. Like it's shrouded in all these flying insects, and it seems to be drawing this insect towards it.
Okay. I think there's a statue. It's covered in bugs on the inside. And you look at Basil, and his eyes have like rolled back, and he's got just whites.
So,
I don't want to explain how this is working because this is magic and it's outside of my purview, but I can I can see that there's some statue inside, and it's covered with bugs, and that's probably the source of this evil.
okay.
Don't shoot until you see the whites of their eyes.
Is Karn sharing the fact that something's going to burst out of the Arboretum towards us?
I would think so.
Yes, he has definitely shared that.
Okay.
And
Okay.
he's trying to search his as I'm looking up all the things that this thing can do. He's trying to search it and realize what the hand can do to help us.
I'm going to prep the floor just outside of the Arboretum doors where whatever is coming through. Dump a couple of flasks of oil on it. One, it's slick, and two, if whatever comes through isn't fireproof, we can just toss a torch on it.
So, my friends, are you willing to stay and fight with me? I don't know if fighting is a good idea here, but Karn's like trying to figure out what he should do.
Karn's going to go down punching. We know this. Torjohn idolizes Karn. Torjohn's going to be with him to the last there. Orion looks at Basil W. and says, maybe we can get the enemies to fight themselves. Can you grab that crown and throw it at the feet of when the store is open, throw it at the feet of the thing in the Arboretum, and maybe the lion guy will fight the Arboretum guy.
What if he just comes after me?
You'll have to be fast. Remember, he's asleep, so he won't know who took it, and hopefully he'll come by and we can divert it. We can point him at the Arboretum guy. Up to you, obviously.
Have you been drinking?
Not enough. Really, not enough.
The crown, was that just on the other side of those doors? Was that?
You have to go through the passage and into the room, so it would take a little bit. The skeletons have headed that way. So let me tell you this: the four skeletons scatter. They run. They go by those statues. One statue animates. It uncrosses its arms, and the skeleton just is running, panicking, and the skeleton kneels, and the statue reaches out its hand, and you can see some kind of energy come out, and then the statue goes back like this, and the skeleton gets up and then panics and then runs to the door, and the four of them are gone.
The statue didn't attack the skeleton. Maybe it recognized it was undead or something like that.
Or kneeling keeps the statue from attacking.
Possibly, yeah. Karn is worried because he's got 3 friends who were down.
Teresa is awake with one in really bad shape. Felix in really bad shape, but Basil somehow is fine.
Perfectly okay.
How many hit points does Basil have?
Whatever you started with.
Oh, like back to what he was at the beginning of the fight?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh wow. Yeah, he's doing pretty well. If there's evil to be fought or to be beat in a match, it's something that I could definitely do.
Are you guys going to set up like an ambush, or are you just going to?
Yeah, let's work.
Yeah.
You've got the idea with the oil. What if we have what if we tell the ones that are injured to get the hell out of there and save themselves while we set something up?
Can they even move? I guess they can move.
Yeah, barely. I mean, Remy can
Remy can help them hobble out. Hey Felix, you may be the last man standing after this clusterfuck finishes.
Felix is gonna leave behind 5 oil flasks. It's like he says, do what you want with these.
Orion will contribute 4 more towards the pool, so we now have 9 oil flasks sitting around that people can pick up and use.
Karn's
Too bad
going
I
to
used-
give Basil Wilberforce the tongue of Cuthbert to use because Karn's probably going to end up using the hand sort of spell casting. He says, I feel like I'm going to be able to do something I normally can't do with this hand. He's got some spells he can cast because of this thing.
The double doors to the Arboretum bust open. And a large creature with a bull's head and horns carrying this battle axe that seems to be like covered in like frost. It looks freezing cold and runs into the oil because it's running like hell. You can see its eyes are black saucers. I will give it a dex roll. I
I'm
don't
going to
know.
fight for this battle axe.
12. So it runs, slides a little bit on the oil, does not fall over, and like grunts, and steam comes out of its nostrils, and then some bugs fly out. And you guys can have the first whack at it before we roll initiative because you were ready for it.
Let Basil go first as he deploys his rabbit flag.
Okay, so everybody's got what is it, a plus?
+2. Basil Bessex pulls out a staff and sticks it in the ground and out unfurls a flag with a rabbit on it. And everyone feels uplifted, seeing
Yes.
and more confident. That's his turn.
Did the Minotaur clear the oil patch, or is he still standing in it?
He's like at the edge of it. Yeah, he kind of slid and caught himself. So yeah, the oil is right there. Yeah.
Well, in that case, hopefully I don't have to roll to hit the ground. I'll just toss a torch into the thing
Okay.
and light it on fire. See if this bastard's immune.
Yeah, you hit it easy. And the flames erupt around it. And he holds the battle axe in the flames now, standing, looking around.
Basil Wilberforce will try to hit him with the tongue of Cuthbert.
Okay.
So he doesn't have any modifiers, but he's got a +2 for the rabbit flag.
Yep.
And he got a
Cool.
12.
14. Yeah. He doesn't have much of an AC. His AC is
Really?
13. That's a hit. Yep.
Oh, sweet. So that's a D6 and a D4. So 8 points of damage. I got 6 on my D6.
Nice.
Was the damn thing immune to fire?
It doesn't
The
seem
fire-
to be affected by it. No.
Damn it. Torjohn will attempt to put an arrow in it. 18 + 2 is 20. Easy hit.
Yep.
2 damage.
All right.
Nicked it.
Yep. You got him.
And Karn will attempt the reverse of darkness to cast light in its eyes. What's the stat check?
That's a cleric spell, right? Clerics use wisdom.
Okay.
So you got to roll under your wisdom.
Under my wisdom of 13.
Yep.
9. Save versus spells.
Save versus spells. Are they going to give me that? Yeah, they do. Save versus spells. Let's see. How well am I rolling? 13. I needed a 14. He fails. He is blinded.
Yes. Blind creature cannot attack me unless you say differently.
He's like, just, So you've used one of the spells.
Clintok is going to loose an arrow.
Let's see if he can hit it.
Does an 18 hit?
Oh, yeah.
So 7 + 1, 8 total damage.
Okay. That arrow, you see it go through the fire right into him. And he howls.
Nice. I mean, Felix was leaving.
Yeah, Felix, Remy, and Teresa are they're shuffling their way out of here. So Synodog, you got any kind of ranged attack? Because I don't think you want to run up and try to hit the Minotaur with fire around him.
I think you got that right, Mr. DM. I'm just a poor boy. I need no sympathy because I'm easy come, easy go. Little high, little low. Anyway, the wind blows doesn't really matter to me. That's a 12.
What are you slinging a rock or something at him?
That's an arrow, yeah.
Arrow, you got a 12 on the die. Yep, and you get a +2 from the rabbit flag. You're inspired by the rabbit, so that's a hit. Roll damage.
Oh, that's a 5.
It is still up. It is badly injured. We'll roll initiative. I rolled a 1, so unless somebody's got a negative, you guys will go first.
Sweet. Whoever has the low has no bonus.
I'm fine with that.
Torjohn may have a minus. Let's see. Yeah, he's got a minus. So he's the last person you want to roll for initiative. I mean, if nothing else, Orion will roll, and he's got a +1.
Yeah, he's in there in the flames. He's playing around with that axe. You can still see the cold like coming off that battle axe as he's swinging it, and the flames are
Okay.
around him.
Oh, Orion will try to bing him with a sling, with a sling stone. Do we still have the +2? Well, it doesn't matter. That would miss anyway.
No, it's just for the first round.
Torjohn will attempt to put an arrow in him. 14 should hit.
That's a hit.
Play. Woo, woo, 15, 1 damage.
Another arrow goes in him. Karn, roll 2d6.
2d6, 9.
Nice. Okay. Very good. Thank you.
Come on, I deny.
All right. So the Minotaur is still up. He's looking rough. He can't see. He's like, you're just picking him off.
Basil would take the opportunity he'd pull out from his pouch a sharp rock, which was
Yes.
gifted to him once upon a time. And he's going to hurl it at the Minotaur.
Is that a Percival rock?
It is a Percival rock.
Nice.
Personal rock.
It's a 13.
That's a hit. His AC is 13. Percival
And
rocks do like 1d6 or 1d8 or something.
1d4 + 1. So it's 2 damage.
Nice.
Good lord. You hit him, he staggers. It looks like he's about to go down. He's just there's all sorts of bugs like coming out of his different orifices.
Is Clintok gone this round?
No, he's gonna fire off another arrow.
I think he's toppling.
16, does that hit?
Yep, he's dead. He had 1 hit point.
Oh, nice.
Tell me how he dies.
The arrow pierces through his nose and leaves it sticking out one side and the other, and he just like falls over
Yeah.
with a bloody nose.
Yeah, he's just laying there. The fire's going around him. The fire doesn't seem to affect him at all, but he is definitely dead. And he's laying there, and the battle axe is there. Yeah, he's very dead. Let's see. Wes, give me a D12 roll.
6.
Karn, you sense a presence headed in your direction.
Damn it. Is it in the Arboretum?
It is not in the Arboretum. It's in that hallway with all the mirrors.
I tell everybody that something's coming from that direction.
Yep. It's got to pass through the Arboretum to get to you, but it is definitely headed in your direction.
As soon as I can, I want to open the doors to the Arboretum. But there's a fire burning right now, so you can't.
Yes,
walk.
yes, correct. There's a little bit of a fire in front of the doors.
But it only burns for a couple of rounds, right?
Yeah.
I was going to say, if we have time before the next thing shows up, push the Minotaur's corpse off to the side and retrap the Arboretum doors.
This is coming from the other direction.
No. You realize it's gonna come through the same set of doors.
Okay, pick up that axe and test it out and see what it's like.
You pick it up, you realize that it is like cold to the touch, like really cold. There's nothing evil about it. But probably the fact that it's still very cold and it was sitting in a fire probably means something.
Probably. Maybe.
Yeah, well, neither of my characters can use an axe, so sort of beside the point.
Felix can use an axe, but Felix isn't there.
No.
Felix has a lead.
There's our good old friend Basil.
Basil. Will Basil use an axe?
Yeah. Everybody's like mixing up their creed. Karn's wielding an evil magic hand. Who knows? Basil might start swinging an axe. Anything's possible.
Basil Bessex when stoops to such low forms of weaponry.
Geez, how
Is
does
it
your
magic?
character survive? We know how Basil W survived. He runs away from everything, and how has Mr. I'm going to swing my fist in thing's face survive. Never mind, don't answer that.
Can Synodog use an axe?
Is it magical?
Suspect
You would suspect it is, yeah.
Well, Synodog picks it up, says who's axing, and figures maybe the most appropriate thing in this party is for an elf to use an axe and chop everything down.
All right. Yeah, so you have a battle axe.
Are you the classic elf, basically a fighter magic user elf?
They can use the weapon, so
Yeah.
Bit of a fighter, bit of a magic user, bit of an MC, bit of a,
Yeah.
bit of everything. Whatever you have, throw it in there.
okay.
No, the classic elf is basically a fighter magic user that can wear any kind of armor and wield any kind of weapons, right?
So but yeah, and you
Wow. I didn't know that. Elves can use all types of weapons and armor. Wow.
Oh yeah.
yeah, so literally Synodog is chill. Literally.
Yeah.
Cold as ice.
I
Yep.
can't see a paladin actually using, like a paladin, I think can wield an axe, but isn't that kind of out of character for them?
I'm not sure what it says in the rules, but I'm not really about
Depends
rules.
on whose god you're talking about.
Okay, so you have a presence head in your direction.
Does the
you-
paladin have a magic weapon?
He's got his sword that's a
Yeah.
human-like sword.
Is it? But it's magic though, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
Fire goes out the minute you push the Minotaur's body out of the way. Synodog picks up the axe. It's 1d8 plus maybe something else.
Oh, nice.
It's cold to the touch, feels good. It's chill, just like Synodog. And
Cold. Yeah, cold. Just like my people. Love it.
Karn, you can sense a presence. You also sense something else headed in your direction from an opposite direction, but it doesn't seem malevolent. It doesn't seem it's evil, but it doesn't seem like it has evil intent.
Okay. I tell everybody else.
Definitely not Clintok's mother-in-law.
Basil Wilberforce takes a rope and tries to do something to set up a sort of trip trap in front of the doors.
Okay.
So he's standing off to the side. He's got it tied off on one end, and whenever it comes through, he's going to yank it up and try to trip it.
Okay. I like it. I like it.
Clintok is going to do his best to like hide behind one of the doors.
All right.
We're kind of cool with an evil sword. I mean, none of us is, pressing anybody's any morals on anybody else here. So I mean, anything goes, right?
Yeah.
Not with
Say that
Karn
around.
around.
Don't say that around. Don't say that too loudly around Karn, but yeah, anything goes.
Oh, Karn, yeah. Oh, hi, Karn. How you doing?
Oh, what? You said something?
Karn, you do sense from the weapon that battle axe, there's nothing evil about it. You don't sense a evil presence.
Oh no, I'm just saying, I'm just hanging out with my totally non-evil axe here. Just, me and the axe, we're posing. How do I look, Karn? Do I look cool?
You look absolutely chill.
I have a healing potion. I think before Basil's gonna take his moment to
Yeah.
down it really quick, and he recovers 5 hit points.
Nice.
Very good.
It's like 19.
I think we're getting kind of lower on potions now, right? Do we need to consider a home trip or something like that?
Hopefully,
Sure, we can go back to where we bought them from. You know, the place that has,
Right?
the place that has 1,000 gold piece bounty just for information and a 5,000 gold piece per head bounty on us.
I mean,
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. Karn gave Basil another one of the 6-dose healing potions because he used the first one so well, exactly the way Karn intended him to. And help himself or help somebody else if they were in need. So he fulfilled his obligation to him.
I mean, I'm sure the one Basil could disguise himself enough and like turn the rest of us in, and then all stage a prison break. I'm sure that would go off swimmingly, no problems whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, if we want to get rich.
What's your number?
We would get famous if we were prison breakers.
You sense the presence getting closer and closer and closer. And the door busts open. And there is this hideous looking creature that seems to be dressed in like a nightgown, like the Wagonbow nightgown, a formal attire that doesn't fit, like it's bulging at the seams, like it's torn and ripped. And it will make a roll. 8. It does not trip over your tree. It actually, as you pull the thing taut, it actually snaps it from its strength. It runs like right through it, smack, and then looks around.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Let's roll initiative.
What you said hideous, but I mean, height, approximate mass.
Yeah, let's not be ugliest here.
Yeah, we don't want to do that. It's basically, it's about 9 feet tall. It had to duck under the double doors. It looks like Neanderthal, like drools a lot. I'm gonna roll. I rolled a 2. Well, these crappy initiative rolls. It's got something in its hand. It looks like the piece of like the leg of the bed.
Basil will roll and it's a 3. So
You guys are up first. It's standing there looking around. You could say this is ogre-like. This was the creature that you passed in one of the rooms that was sleeping.
Oh.
I mean, he said evil, but not evil intent. Does it look like it's like ready to attack us, or does it just sort of look confused?
That is something else Karn would say. Karn, you sense like this thing definitely wants to kill you. There's something else moving that doesn't seem to have evil intent. 2 separate things.
Okay, so this is the thing that wants to kill us.
Yeah.
Well, same song, second, well, at this point, 4th or 5th verse, Torjohn looses an arrow, and that is going to miss. Orion looses a sling stone. Does a 15 hit?
Yeah.
4 damage.
I guess Basil Wilberforce will try to hit it with his whip with the tongue of Cuthbert.
Okay.
Damn, I'm hot. 16.
That's a hit.
Okay, but that die is the one that usually rolls low for me. 7 points.
You whack and rip some of its clothing. Gets zapped and starts to smoke and looks burnt.
Karn steps in close with his hematite sword.
Oh, fancy.
I rolled a 10. Let's see, I got +2 to hit, +1 for the strength, but a -1 and everything. So that's a 12.
Well, yeah, that misses.
Clintok will hopefully from the shadows
Okay. I mean, yeah, you've had some time to kind of.
Does a 16 hit?
Yep.
Nice. For a total of 6.
Was that a backstab?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's you're putting a hurting on this thing.
I rolled low, but
Basil will run up and say, "You weren't on the guest list." And it's a nat 20.
Oh damn.
Oh,
nice.
Okay.
Back of the line.
So
That's
it's
It's a D4.
D4 plus 1.
This is just his regular. Oh yeah, +1 with his strength roll.
Okay, so it's a 5. Roll another D4.
That's a 2.
Plus 1, right, for your strength.
You're right. So that's 8 total.
8. He had 8 hit points left. Tell me how he dies.
This creature comes through. He gets pelted, like bulleted by the other members, everybody else of the party. Basil comes through and says, "You weren't on the guest list," and punches him right back to the end of the line where he falls.
Love it.
Hits the ground with a thud. And then he's laying there, and you see all these spiders come out of his mouth, and they go underneath into the Arboretum. And he is dead. Dustin, roll D12.
Then the dog's like, yeah, that's what you get.
8.
Karn, you sense an evil presence headed in your direction.
Oh, man.
Does this one have ill intent?
Yes.
What about the one that doesn't have ill intent? Where's it at?
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. Where is that?
His intent is the illest, yo.
Stacking up the bodies, man. Stacking up the bodies.
Basil Wilberforce is trying to loot these corpses too, by the way.
Yeah, this you realize it's wearing like monogrammed Wagonbow knight attire, but it obviously doesn't fit, and it does not have any gold on it.
It's not a magical bed. Leg of a bed.
No, it just it's a makeshift club that it didn't get to use.
Before it can get there, Karn swings open the doors to the Arboretum and looks to see if he can see that figure that the insect saw.
When you swing, you try to pull on the doors. It takes a little bit of effort, but you open them up, and the room is just, you can sense the presence of death and evil in here. And there's all these flying insects and bugs and brambles and stuff. And then probably like 100 feet away, there's like a small mound, and you can see the outline of some kind of figure. And this very faint glowing, like red and green. It's just like, it looks like it might have like head, like horns or something, and it's standing. You just see the outline of it.
I need to, you said how far away?
It's like 100 feet away.
I grab a hold of the hand, I close my eyes, I look to the sky and I say, Cuthbert, forgive me, and cast Finger of Death at it.
Okay. Well, that'll be interesting.
Unless I think it's undead.
You're a paladin, yeah. You suspect this is some sort of demon, undead, something, yes.
I think it's undead.
Yeah.
Then I wouldn't be using Finger of Death. I would
Right.
be Raise Dead on. And that would be more in character for my paladin. I don't have to seek the forgiveness of Cuthbert for that.
What did you try to cast on him?
He's undead, so I'm trying to cast Raise Dead on him.
Oh.
Ah! You're trying to cast. Okay.
Well, the hand lets you cast Finger of Death once a day, but I can cast the reverse Raise Dead on an undead being. And if it fails to save throw and I make my stat check.
And the reversed Finger of Death has an option: destroy undead. A single undead monster is destroyed if it fails a saving throw versus spell. So that's actually the Raise Dead option when you use used against undead. Ah,
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. I shall give you a sporting chance. I will roll to see if this works.
and the range is 120, so he was within range.
All
Yeah,
right,
that was
five.
why I asked.
I got to roll higher than a 5.
Oh shit.
That is a 16. It does not work.
Ah,
Too bad.
Higher than a 5.
it was worth a shot. I
Yeah.
saw the door closed.
Yeah.
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 Well, my friends, I'm gonna have to think of a different ploy.
Are you still in the room? Do you step back out?
I step back out and close the doors.
Okay.
We'll have to take out the next monster, and then he'll think about going in there and just like going toe to toe with it, which will suck.
Well, 1 in 4 chance of just taking out the end enemy was still pretty damn decent. So,
We just close the door and get away.
There's always that option.
I mean, we can run at any time, but
except Karn isn't going to. Torjohn is going to stick with Karn, and we need to buy time for our companions to get the hell off the estate. So, and besides which, if it's going to give us the option to ambush everything, let's put it this way: leave the room, and everything can pile on us when it wants to. Stay in the room, and we can ambush things.
funnel them through the doorway. Yeah, we've created a funnel here.
Retrap the Arboretum door with oil.
And Basil takes and ties. He's just like ties a knot in his rope and where the ogre broke it, and
Yeah.
gets ready to try to trip the next thing that comes.
So the presence that you were didn't seem deadly, or at least evil, but not malevolent to you. The doors kind of swing open as you guys are setting everything up, and these creatures come. They walk on 2 legs, like goat legs, with like a long bushy tail, and they've got like little arms, and they've got some kind of like deer head with a bunch of crooked antlers, and they come looking around, and there's 9 of them. They come walking into the room.
Tell my
No.
friends, wait.
They're
kill
looking
me.
around, and then they all huddle around, and they're all huddling around Karn, looking at him.
Ah. Can I communicate with them?
What do you do?
Say, little friends, what are you doing here? Friends, I call them little beings.
They kind of look at each other, and one kind of steps up and uses its front hoof to like paw at the stone floor.
You will do as I tell you to. I wonder what that means, pawing at the floor. He'll dig.
You must be firmer with them. Show them who's boss.
Tell it to stamp 3 times if it can understand you.
Can you understand me? Stamp once for yes, twice for no.
They kind of look at each other quizzically. And one gets a little bit closer to you, Karn, and is kind of sniffing.
I hold up the hand.
They all kind of rear back a little bit. And then they all kind of huddle together, and they're just kind of like looking at you expectantly. They stand like 6 feet tall on their hind legs, and they're just kind of, they hunch down, they're looking at you. Like they're waiting for
to
something.
the hand. Talk to the hand.
Oh, God, stop with hand. Oh. Hey, Karn, is one of the powers telepathy?
No, it's not. Basil Wilberforce has got a potion of ESP with 4 doses in it.
Synagogue says, hey, hey, hoodlums, hoodlums, what do you want here? This is our turf. Step off.
They look at you, Synagogue, and they seem to like move around, and then they kind of like surround Karn, and they're kind of looking at you, not sure what to make of you.
You know you're in the wrong here. We know our rights. And our rights are inherent here within each man. So you know you must step off.
So the
Out
we don't
of our
want to fight
way.
them if they're not looking to fight.
Yeah, I don't think they're looking to fight. I think I'm getting the feeling that they'll try to protect Karn. Karn says, stand ready, for we shall need your aid.
They kind of look at each other a couple times. Not sure what to, and then they look at you expectantly. They're waiting for something.
Does the hand
Kill the
have some
creature on
sort
the
of...
mound in the Arboretum.
Right.
Maybe they need some kind of hand job.
So bad.
Oh.
Sorry.
That was good.
Do you want to bury the ogre?
They kind of look around, and then they go over to the ogre and see them sniffing around, and you see like a millipede come out, and they all dart after it. One of them grabs it, chomps it up.
They're waiting to be fed.
Okay, what do we got?
Can't you just send them inside? There's plenty of food for them inside the doors in the Arboretum.
Yeah, I was just thinking that too. If we go into the Arboretum, they can handle any of the insect plague gets thrown at us. Which I'm getting an idea of why this hand has a particular spell.
Knew I should have brought some chicken nuggets.
I cast insect plague and directed at them.
Oof.
So they have food to eat.
Not on top of them, but next to them.
Yeah, I direct it where they can get to it and get food to eat.
They get super excited, and they start, like, you can see they're in a frenzy. They're chomping, and they're eating all these insects.
Insect plague, that shiz is biblical.
Well, I was wondering why it had that when all these things are full of insects. And I'm sitting here thinking, I bet insect plague isn't going to work against anything inside that Arboretum. And now I think I know why it has insect plague.
Feed the masses.
They're eating. I assume you guys are setting up for the next fight.
Yes.
Yeah.
The doors bust open. A large 9-foot tall green, scaly, looks like seaweed hair. You fought this thing before. Thankfully, Zofan is not here. Who almost bit Zofan's head off. Comes running through. And that's right, you set up your little trap. So let's see how he does.
Yeah, we've got oil and we've got a trip rope.
All right, he passes. He manages to go over the rope. We'll roll initiative.
Basil Wilberforce has got +1.
All right, go Basil.
I got a 4 this time, so actually a better score.
Oh, Yahtzee dice, come on. I got a 4.
Nice.
You're up first.
Clintok will take first shot.
Okay.
Does a 19 hit?
Yes.
Nice. for 8 points of damage.
Torjohn will attempt to hit it with a bow. 14 hit.
Unless you guys have any pluses, no. It's AC
Okay.
16.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Well, it doesn't hit them. Orion will attempt to hit it with Slingstone. And
Where is he in relationship to Basil, Wilberforce?
Are you looking to do a sneak attack?
Yeah, I'm wondering if he can come up from
Yeah,
behind.
I will say, I mean, you guys, this is, I mean, you're expecting things to happen. So it's not out of the question that you could sneak attack him.
He's going to use his dagger and hope fire damages this thing. But I'm going to need a 12 or higher with +4. I got a 9. My hot streak ended.
All right. Who else we got?
Basil is
Yes.
Basil going to go for, because the first one worked so well. It's like, you also weren't invited. And that's a 19.
Wow, that's a hit.
Nice.
3 points of damage. A running swipe, feeling the solid connection.
Karn shouts at the little critters to attack and doesn't wait and goes after the attack with his hematite sword. I rolled a 6. Hot streak definitely over.
The hand is distracting, is throwing off your sense of balance.
Yeah. What do the creatures do when I tell them to attack it?
They just kind of look around. They're trying to get the last of the insects. They're chowing on those insects.
Oh, so that's all I am to you then. Swords.
Is Cinedog gonna shoot from a distance or use his new axe and run up and whack it?
Well, I think you got it right. This axe has kinda has a hold of me. It's like I'm under pressure, pushing down on me, pushing down on you. No man asked for under pressure that burns a building down, splits a family in two, puts people on the streets. Here goes. He runs up and swipes. Oh, that's a 7.
It was a very good build-up, just to follow through. Who's up front? So Cinedog, Karn, Basil.
Yep.
Cinedog, it's going to try to claw at you.
Uh-oh.
I rolled a natural 1 again.
Nice. Yes.
Let's see what the ramifications of this are. 77.
My mama told me I was pretty lucky.
So it goes to claw at you. It like swipes down low and actually catches the rope that they had that it stepped over, and it somehow gets itself tangled in the rope and is like fighting with the rope. It cannot do anything else. It is initiative.
Cinedog looks at it right there at his feet and he says, you know, you're in the net, flicks, and chill, babe.
I rolled a 4.
Has everyone rolled initiative?
Yeah, I think
Torjohn doesn't. Unfortunately, he's at a -1. So if you wanna deal with it, hey, I can roll a 5 or 6. It's been known to happen. Hey,
All right, you guys are up. So it seems to be tangled up in the rope that you guys tried to trip it with.
bit of an odd time to work. All right, Orion's gonna sling it. 19 and 2 damage.
All right, that's definitely a hit.
Torjohn will attempt to arrow it. 18. Wow. Hot today. 2 damage. Can't roll damage. Can roll to hit.
All right.
So, clink, clink.
Clintok with another arrow. Holy shit. Good rolls this evening. That was the 19.
Okay.
And I assume I'm not attacking from stealth right now. Because I've already
I could say I could see if you said yeah I was because you guys have the drop on whatever walks through here. So
Okay. So in that case, a total of 5.
okay, yeah, it looks it's in bad shape. You guys are just peppering it with rocks and arrows and
I was wondering about the same thing because I don't know how you treat backstab. It says they have to be unaware of you. I don't know if because I would imagine that I'm still behind him as Basil.
right, yeah. So it's
So I
kind of
don't know
like
if he would get a bonus or for that or not.
I would say that he is because he's kind of he's tangled up. You've got the drop on him. I would say so.
Basil Wilberforce comes up behind him and tries to stab him. He gets a 3. And Karn tries to hit him with the hematite sword. He gets a 4.
Send a dog. Get him with the axe.
Hey, who's oxen? Okay, I get up in there. Sadly, it was one better at 8, I think.
Okay. He's flailing around. You're flailing around. Everybody's flailing. All right. I think it's Basil. That's the last one.
Yeah, Basil's gonna the punch worked well last time. He's gonna punch again for a 9.
All right.
Sometimes you got to roll all with the punches to get to what's real.
It untangles itself out of the rope. That is its action, is to get itself untangled. We go to another initiative round. I rolled a 1. I don't think Synodog has rolled initiative yet.
Okay.
Roll D6.
6.
All right, you guys are up first.
Well, Torjohn will attempt to take it with an arrow. 14. What IC did you say it had?
16.
Okay, so that's a miss. And Orion misses. Crapola.
Clintok will shoot another arrow. The 16
Yep.
for 8 damage.
Tell me how it dies.
An arrow pierces catches part of the rope along the way and pierces into it, and the rope snags something and he falls down and hits his head as it falls.
Yeah. It dies, and then just laying there, and you see the bugs come out of it, and then those strange creatures look around and they see the bugs and they bolt over there, run past you guys, and they start eating the spiders and all the centipedes. And
Nice.
Daryl, give me a D12 roll.
What's next on the gauntlet?
D12 is 1.
Karn, you sense an evil presence headed in your direction.
Well, if nothing else, we're going to rack up some XP here.
Yes. Yes.
What is this? What is the name of this module? XP form? So while we're waiting for it to arrive, Karn yanks open the doors again and points to the critters. Food!
Give me a 2d6 roll, add your charisma, and add +2.
I got 2 5s. So that's 10. My charisma 11, and then +2, 13. That
So
mound
that-
over there, it's food.
So they all kind of like look in, and then they're looking at you. They're kind of nervous, and they begin to make their way cautiously, walking through the brambles and the thorns. And you see they do not eat any of the insects. The place is full of insects. They're not touching any of them.
Huh.
And they seem to be headed in the direction you have sent them.
But they're not eating any of the insects that are in there.
No.
This is odd.
Maybe they taste bad.
Do we want to go in there and fight this thing that's sounds like it can do polymorph other?
I mean, why would we fight it if we're in a strong position here?
See if you can call back those things. Otherwise, they may start taking orders from the bigger evil there.
Are they moving towards that mound?
Very cautiously.
What is the mound doing?
So imagine like the thorns and the brambles and stuff lead up to kind of like a mound, and there's just kind of a generic form of there's insects everywhere, but you can see the form of insects. You can see kind of like a creature with horns and the glowing eyes. It's just sitting there, just kind of like swirling.
Fire doesn't work like either.
Seriously, those two things look alike. They may, if they get close to it, it may start commanding them instead of you.
He hollers for them to come on back.
Give me a 2d6 roll.
6 and a 5.
They stop and kind of look back at you, and then they look at the mound and they look kind of confused for a minute.
You'll probably get hurt over there.
In a
Are you-
West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls.
Are you inside the Arboretum, Karn?
I think I'm standing at the doorway. Let's see if I stepped in or not. 1 through 3, I stepped in. 4,
Okay.
5, 6, I didn't. I did not. I've got a feeling you want me to break the plane of the Arboretum.
No, I'm just wondering what I'm just trying to picture exactly where you are. I will give you a strength or dex roll to roll under.
Okay.
So you pick, you roll.
They're both 15 for me, so let's see if I'm still rolling low. I matched my score with a 15.
So I think that's a fail, right? Because you got to roll under your score.
I think you got to roll under, yeah.
All of a sudden, you guys see the doors swing, close, and knock Karn into the room, and you hear them close, and it sounds like they lock. Karn, give me save versus breath.
Oh, damn it.
Ooh.
Save versus breath at my level right now is an 11. I better get a 15 again.
Yeah,
I can't
but you
see.
also have a bonus from the hand.
I have a 12.
Okay, you pass as a swarm of like flying earwigs that look like they have like huge teeth come like swarming around you. They don't seem to bother you. And those creatures come immediately to your aid, and they start like jumping up and biting and eating them.
I heard the door sound like it clicked.
Yep.
I reach behind me, I give it a rattle, and I check and make sure it's locked.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's locked.
He looks at the mound and says, Cuthbert, have at thee. Charge.
Do we hear this idiocy through the doors?
I mean, the door is closed and locked behind Karn. I mean, you probably don't have to make a roll to tell you what he's probably going to do. So let's do an initiative so we can keep everything in some kind of order here.
You have a clairvoyance that you can see him.
I rolled a 1, so you guys will probably be up first.
Should Karn roll it?
Go for it.
No matter what, it's gonna, because there's no negative. He's gonna win the initiative. Well, he's not exactly a fast mover, but he's gonna move as quickly as he can towards the mound. He's going to the attack.
Okay, you're moving through the brambles and the thorns. You've got the sword. These creatures, these strange looking creatures are following you. They're like almost protecting you.
Okay.
You guys notice that the doors have locked, and you can kind of see Karn's image kind of like, but through the door, you can see all the flying insects, and then you see the creatures come up around him, and then you see Karn start headed towards the mound.
You know what Torjohn is going to do? Let me check his inventory and see if he has a smart option. Otherwise, it's going to be the dumb option. Torjohn is going to charge towards the doors, and as he gets next to the oil, he'll throw his cloak over the oil so that he doesn't actually step in the oil. Then he's going to take out his spear and attempt to break open the doors.
Give me a strength roll. Add 4 for the spear.
Okay. Let's see. I need that +4. I need that +4 badly.
Or
Okay.
whatever your strength is, add 4 to it.
Exactly.
Okay.
I needed an 8. I rolled an 8 exactly.
Okay. So that's with the 4?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it's still kind of stuck. You're in there trying to wedge the damn thing open.
Do we see anything anything else that's hostile in this room?
No, there are 3 dead bodies of creatures. Jenille, obviously Wagonbow, has ascended. Her father has basically disintegrated into bugs along with his daughter/wife.
Right.
That's about it.
Basil would attempt to help Torjohn open the door.
Yeah, you can use the spear, get a strength roll +4. So you're kind of using the spear too.
Strength roll, so I want to get under.
Correct.
Yeah, I rolled a 19, so.
So what is your strength?
13.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, now you got 2 people pulling on this thing. This door won't open.
You're having trouble getting purchase even with the
Spear.
cloak on the ground, the oil's on the floor. The cloak is slipping around in the oil.
This door just won't open.
Clintok will use this as an opportunity if there is any clothing or materials left from his now deceased bride to sift through them and see if there's anything of value.
The dowry.
Yes, the dowry.
No, there isn't.
Well, maybe the second marriage will be better.
Orion will attempt to be number 3 of the 3 stooges and walk up and attempt to use his spear to break down the door.
All right, +4. The second spear goes in here.
7, which is with the +4 is well underway.
Okay, yes, you hear the door like snap and the thing flies open. So the door is now open for Basil Wilberforce, which of course he'll run through.
He looks at everybody and says, "Well, go on, get him. I'll guard the rear."
Okay, well, the door's open, right?
Yep.
All right. Well, sometimes you feel like a nut, sometimes you don't. Almond Joy's got nuts, Peter Paul mounds don't. So I head over to the mound.
All right, save versus breath.
We don't get any sort of bonus since the creatures have eaten part of them already.
No.
Houston, that'll be 3.
Okay, so that is a fail. You take 3 damage as these like flying earwig things are biting you.
Well, I hail Methuselah and run away, flapping my cape, hiding my head in the sand, with my ass up, waiting for the Armageddon to come.
So you're running back. You're going to head back out.
Yes.
Okay. Karn, you're making your way towards the mound, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
No fear. None.
You sense evil presence coming. You see a figure, kind of out of the corner of your eyes, you're looking, like moving through the brambles and the thorns, seems to be ignoring you. It looks like it's not wearing any clothes except it's got gray skin and it's got like boxer shorts. And it's just kind of like walking through the brambles, like headed towards the doors with his arms up like this. Wes, roll a d12.
10.
Karn, you sense another evil presence. Fairly close by, headed in the direction that the creatures who are following you came from, but these don't seem very friendly.
Oh boy.
All right, it is initiative number 2. Second, next round. I rolled a 5.
Clintok can go since he has. Oh no, sorry, that's Felix that had the better initiative. Well, I can still go. I have a +1 unless somebody else wants to roll. 3. We lost it. Sorry.
All right.
We've won just about every other initiative.
That's true. Coming out through the insects is a familiar face you have seen before. Actually, Basil was in the ring with this guy. And he comes walking out of the double doors with his hands up like this, and looks at you guys and sees Basil, and he's like, and then you hear like a voice in your head, Basil, match is on, and he goes to punch you.
Ding ding.
All right, let me roll here. 19. Yeah, I think that's a hit.
That's a hit.
The D4 to 3 damage. He is not doing subdual damage. He is doing real damage, and he just pops you one.
All right.
I wouldn't take that from that guy.
Bet you wish you had that axe right now.
You guys are up. You see this guy enter the room. He looks familiar. He looks like the gray complexion, bald, no hair boxer that Basil faced.
Well, Basil's gonna punch right back.
All right.
And he's going to in his hand, he's gonna hit him with he's gonna hit him normally. He'll save his tactics for later. That's a miss. Not a critical miss, but
Okay.
as he swings and he dodges it.
Are there any spiders?
Are there any spiders? Yes, there are spiders everywhere. There's spiders and centipedes and flying whatever. Yeah.
Karn uses his hat and talks to the spiders around and asks them to join him in the attack on the mound. Oh, no. He asks them to attack the boxer. Go eat the boxer.
Spider granddad.
Give me a 2d6 roll. Add plus 2. You got the hand. Yeah, plus 4.
I rolled 5 plus 4 is 9.
Plus 4. Yeah. You got that weird spider hat. Yes.
Yes.
You guys in the room, you see the boxer, Basil misses, and then all these like tiny spiders start coming and crawling up this dude, and he is like now getting covered with spiders.
And Basil Wilberforce will shoot at the mound with an arrow from inside the doorway. And he's standing far enough back from the doorway that if they go slamming close, he's going to be in the other room, not in the Arboretum.
What kind of arrow is it?
But just a plain old, normal, everyday arrow.
Okay.
And he gets 5.
You shoot it somewhere, it lands. It
Well, short.
Yeah, somewhere in the distance. Somewhere.
That's going to be -1 arrow. He is not going to be trying to retrieve that.
The gray thing is still standing, right?
Yeah, the boxer's still standing. He's getting covered with tiny spiders right now.
Okay, Orion's going to try to spear him. Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
Still can't do damage. 2. I love that, by the way. He's got the spider god hat, and he's got command of the local insects, and he's sending the spiders. So he's got a double bonus to send the spiders after people. Lovely. Well, as foolish as it may be, and it may be indeed foolish, Torjohn will go, Karn, I will join you, and step through the door and head towards Karn. I assume save versus breath.
Yep.
Study off that, Torjohn.
And fail.
You take 1 damage as the insects, the flying earwigs, bite you.
Clintok is gonna shoot the fighter dude.
But my spiders.
13, does that hit?
No, his AC is 15.
I love it.
Seen a dog is willing to hand off the ox or fire arrows.
Okay. You're gonna shoot it. Are you headed out of that room?
I'm headed out.
Okay, you're out of the room. Okay. Do you hand off the axe to Torjohn, or are you gonna?
Yeah, Torjohn seems he wants it.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
I
And,
ask him.
okay. And you can shoot an arrow at this guy as you run back into the room.
Yeah, I get out
Okay.
of there and I fire.
Okay.
The standard plan of the arrows. Fire, shoot, and run away.
Sounds like Basil Wilberforce.
Is it plus anything?
I don't think.
Plus
Yeah, I don't think you guys have any pluses right now.
short range, right? So 16.
Yeah, I mean you're right there. Yeah, it's a hit.
Yep. Wagonbow. Oh, 2 points.
Okay. Yeah, 2. He's got an arrow in him, and then the spiders are on the arrow now.
Yeah, we should be re-rolling initiative.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you. All right, I rolled a 6.
Boxer may go anyway. Orion will try. Wish me luck. No such luck. 2.
Karn, give me a D4 roll.
3.
You can see that the insects, the spiders, are trying to bite this guy. He's going to try to punch. It would have been 1 damage, but I rolled an 8 at a -2. He misses. You can see the spiders maybe affecting his attempt to fight. Karn, you're moving up to the mound.
Yes. Sword in one hand. Hand in the other, I guess. I can't use my shield. I've got the shield. I just can't use it if I use the sword.
Right. It's as you're getting closer to the mound, you can see that you start to see the figure more clearly. It stands about 8 feet tall. It looks humanoid. It doesn't look like it's got like a hand, but on the other part of it doesn't look like a hand. It looks more like some sort of hooked claw that comes out. And it's got huge horns. It looks like some kind of creature, some kind of beast. You see that its green eye starts to glow really bright. And you watch as those strange creatures who were following you, 2 of them just stop and they start to twist and turn, and they turn into some sort of strange bug-like insect. 2 of them just transform instantly and like scurry off. The third one doesn't seem to be affected by it. It manages to resist it. You also sense in the room, like the doors open on, like you're walking through, and a lot of the creatures had come from a certain direction. There are creatures coming from this direction. You sense there are something evil coming this way, and you look over and see through the brambles. Give me a wisdom roll.
My wisdom is 13. And I got a 12.
You count at least 10, maybe more, of these hideous looking things moving through the briars with like long jaws and emaciated faces. You would guess these are ghouls, and they are moving and headed towards the double doors.
Shit. They're moving towards the double doors to go into the room where
Oh yes, they seem to be ignoring you.
I shout back a warning to my friends when I can.
You also see on the other side, there's a couple guards like in full plate moving very slowly. They just entered the room and they're trying to get through the brambles. They kind of look like the undead guards. And some other guy, you just kept the top of his hat with like a peacock feather as he's moving through the thorns. And it is your turn.
I think Basil's going to punch his enemy. That's what he's going to do. That's a 10. It's a miss.
Karn, you going to say something?
No, I'm looking through the list right now of what he can do. I think Karn's going to use the hand.
Okay.
And curse the mound.
Curse the mound.
Curse you, mound. How could you do this to us?
I would say that Karn would know that would be difficult with a creature like this. That would be something that probably wouldn't have any effect on it.
Okay. Instead of doing that, he's going to try to turn the ghouls.
Good call.
me see here.
Because as Clintok can attest, they are nasty.
That paralysis is a big.
He's turning as a 6. So if they're level 1, level 2, or 2 with special abilities, he'll turn them. Other than that, he'll need a 7, a 9, or 11 if it goes higher. And I got 7.
Yeah, if you weren't level 6, I don't know if that would have worked. But you see the creatures stop, and they look at you, disgusted, and they begin to retreat to where they came from.
Nice.
Saved our
Wow, wow, that was about 12 ghouls about to rock your world.
Yeah, that was going to be.
asses. Oh, we would have been. It would have been TPK. The only people living would have been the person who left.
Basil, Wilberforce, and Senadog.
Is that everybody in the room, or do you focus on a certain thing?
What do you mean?
Because the two guards that are moving through there in the plate mail are undead skeletons.
I don't know. I mean, if I'm aware of them, wouldn't I be trying to turn them too?
I'm going to say that since they're
It's
low level, I'm
lower.
going to say they go as well. I would say that since they're low, they would go. So you've gotten them. So the guards begin to retreat as well. They drop their halberds and begin to move as fast as they can in plate mail out of the room. Karn has definitely helped you out.
A potion of heroism has helped him out.
A potion of heroism. Is there anything for Torjohn to do? He's in the room. He's going up to Karn. He's not going to get ahead of Karn because, there's help Karn and they're stupid as shit. And getting ahead of Karn is stupid as shit.
Yes.
So is there anything for Torjohn to do?
So I will say you did see that the two of these strange creatures that are following Karn did transform into insects and run off. And you saw you faintly saw the glowing green eye.
Fine. Attempt to shoot the thing on the mound.
Okay.
Stupid as hell, but why the heck not? 13, I'm going to presume misses.
Yes.
All right, Orion's going to attempt to stab the boxer again. Miss.
Clintok's gonna try and shoot the boxer. Does a 15 hit? I can't remember.
Yep.
Nice. Or 3.
Basil's gonna swing. And hopefully we have better luck this time, which is a 9. No
Nope.
dice.
Okay, well, Senadog seems like totally outclassed, but one of the things he's not outclassed in is artistic expression. So he continues his song, insanity laughs under pressure. We're breaking. Can't we give ourselves one more chance? Why can't we give love that one more chance? Why can't we give a love, give a love, give a love, give a love? And that's his round.
Are you going to try to shoot him with the bow?
No.
That's not what giving love is about.
Oh.
From somewhere in the Arboretum, you hear Torjohn go, "Are all the surface elves this crazy?"
Basil Wilberforce will
Yes.
definitely try to shoot the boxer with this bow.
Okay.
With the turn.
It is the next round. I rolled another 6.
Somebody come on with some big numbers.
I can give it a go. Nope, that's a 2.
Damn.
Torjohn and Karn are in the room, and there are now 7 of those kind of strange grazing whatever creatures following you. You see the image of this whatever it is on the mound, and in an instant it's gone, and then it appears next to you. In its full form, it's like 8 feet tall. There's bugs and stuff swirling around it. It's got horns. It's got some kind of animal head. It flashes its red eye at Torjohn. Give me a save versus spells.
It's not a number. It says bend over. You're screwed. It's 15. Chances are not good. 9. And I've already used my hustle.
Karn, you see this, it flashes eye, and then you see Torjohn like look at you as he opens his mouth like to scream, but he can't, and he turns into this weird twisted tree with branches, and you can sort of see his face, and then the creature says, "You need to join me." And he swings his hand, which has got a huge claw at you. 18. Okay, you can't quite see that. So that is an 18. That is a 27 to hit, which I think hits.
Good.
And, you take 10 damage.
Okay.
10 damage as he swipes at you.
It comes off my temporary hit points. This is not good.
Let's see. The boxer facing Basil. Set misses. Roll a d4, Karn.
Dude.
That is it. You guys are up.
Getting tired of this. Basil's gonna pull out a Percival rock and attempt to bludgeon with it.
Okay.
That is a 22.
Okay.
Nice.
Is 2 damage.
Jeez. It's like dink, dink, dink.
Now at least he
Well,
hit.
Orion is keeping a weather eye on the problems in the room there. Finally, 17. Got a little better on damage. 3.
Okay.
Clintok's gonna launch another arrow for 15.
That's a hit.
With 3 more damage.
Racking and stacking them.
Arrow for 10, I think, missed.
Yep. Fire an arrow misses. Okay, you guys are fighting the boxer. Karn is taking on the creature, maybe.
Yep. Karn's gonna try first. He gets a 16. He's got negated his strength thing, but he's got +2 to hit, so 18.
Okay. What weapon are you using?
The hematite sword.
Okay. Roll damage.
Oh yeah. What is that? D8, right?
Yes.
4 points. Perfectly average damage. Basil is going to aim an arrow at the guy on the mound again.
A 20? What kind of
Yes.
arrow is it?
It is probably wasted a 20. It's a regular arrow. Just a normal arrow. Nothing special about it.
It's an awesome shot that hits him right in the forehead. It doesn't seem to affect him.
I just wasted a 20. But now he knows.
Yes. I think that's the end of the round. And we're up again. I rolled a 3 this time.
So you say there's a chance.
Yeah.
I'll try it. Okay, 4 + 1, 5.
All right, you guys are up.
Clintok with another arrow. 17.
Hit.
For 5 damage this time.
It dies. How does he die? Finally.
It hits him in the foot and pins him to the ground. And it's just enough damage
Yep.
that he stumbles and falls down to his knees.
Yep. Minotaur, no problem. Ogre, no problem. The Merrow, no problem. The Golem boxer lasts the longest. He is dead.
He was the champion.
It's true.
Yeah.
Anymore.
If you guys peek into the room, you see at a distance that Karn is fighting something like I've described. Next to him is this tree for some reason that may faintly have the look of a face on it.
Without thinking, Basil is just gonna run in there.
Oh, that's max damage. Save versus breath.
Wow, I failed it. It's a fail.
4 damage as flying earwigs bite you.
Oh, get off.
Okay. How far away is this thing? it moved closer since it teleported up to Torjohn and Karn, right?
Yeah, I would say you guys. Let's see. I said the mound was about 100 feet away. I would say 50. I'd say because Karn can't move very fast, and it could have teleported to him. So we'll say 50. So it's 50 feet or 50 feet in.
Wait a minute. It hardly matters because it's immune to normal. Orion uses his second and last spell of the day, and Fairy fires it. +2 to hit.
Oh, nice.
Okay, give me a D6 roll. Don't roll a 1 or a 2.
What, it's going to bounce the spell back at me? I roll a 4.
Okay, it is affected by it. Fairy fire moves around, is around it now.
+2 to hit it.
You said if Karn doesn't attack, he can basically go full defense and use his shield.
Right? Yeah. You just tell me. Yeah,
Can
he's
he
just
take
gonna-
another action while he's doing that? Can he use the hand and do full defense?
Yeah. It's just like when you're like trying to swing a sword and then put your shield up. You just can't do stuff like that. Yeah, like
He's gonna use full defense and use the hand. And wouldn't the reverse of curse be remove curse?
yeah.
Would he know if that would help Torjohn?
Yes, that would. Yes.
He's going to try to do that.
All right. Yeah, I believe that's wisdom.
All right, so I got to roll under 13. I'm getting my low rolling dice here. Oh.
What'd you get?
4. The one that rolled 20 last time just rolled me a 4.
So yeah, you put up your shield and touch that tree, and it instantly begins to transform back. And Torjohn has been transformed back. But you're going to have somebody indebted to you for life 2 times over. Torjohn, you spit out a couple earwigs and some bark, and you look down, and the axe is on the ground.
Well, there's only one thing to do then. Pick up the axe and swing for the fences. 14.
That is a miss.
Is that including the +2 for the fairy fire?
Oh, 16. Sorry.
Miss. You swipe at it. It looks shocked that you have been transformed back.
Basil Wilberforce has 2 silver arrows.
Yes.
Exactly 2.
Better make them count.
He's going to shoot 1. I am not going to use the one that just got me a 4. Maybe I should have given me a 20 then get 13. Bye. Silver arrow.
Miss.
Karn makes note of where the direction arrow went. We'll see.
Yeah, shot again and
Friend.
missed with a 6.
It's going to attack Karn with its. So it opens its mouth and a large tongue comes out to try to smack you.
Since I'm using my shield, I've got a 20 AC at the moment.
That just misses. It does not hit your shield. You just kind of like move to the side, and like this slime comes off of it and just kind of splatters onto the ground. It gets on one of those creatures that are near you, and you can see it begin to like eat a hole in it.
Ooh.
It looks at Torjohn and just kind of smiles.
Okay.
It will swing its uses its large claw thing. 17 to hit.
That's a hit if it's Torjohn.
12 damage.
He's at -7.
Ooh,
So he drops.
going down.
He drops Torjohn.
But you're not a tree anymore, so
Yeah. I mean, but it's true. He could leave. For those of you who are outside the Arboretum, a man steps in the doorway, pulls out a rapier with a peacock feather in his cap. He's like, "You go no further. If my name isn't J.R. Wagonbow," and he points his rapier at the next person who dares to challenge him.
Basil says, I got no problem with you, man.
All right, new round time.
So he just came in from the Arboretum into there.
Yeah, so he's standing in the doorway like, "Hey, that's as far as y'all going."
Basil will
Yeah.
of course rolled yet.
No, he can roll.
Okay.
He's got a +1 to his dex, but it's a 4.
All right, you guys are up.
So I shoot JR.
Been waiting all night to say that.
I shot JR. Who shot JR? Oh, God. The question is answered.
For 5.
Oof. He looks troubled by that.
Basil ignores him. He says, "Hey, man, I'm not going out there." But he still shoots his last silver arrow at the mount.
All right.
Let's see what happens with his silver arrow. 16 hit. Well, I got +1 for dex and +2 for the fairy fire. So
It does hit.
Nice.
Let's see if it does any damage. What's a silver arrow do? 6, right?
D6, yeah.
Man, I got a 3.
All right. Roll a D6. Don't roll a 1 or a 2.
6.
All right. 3. Yep. Phew.
And I roll a 6 for the damage.
Karn sees an arrow and hit this creature. He kind of looks around, tries to find where it came from.
Karn's going to use his Hematite sword.
All right.
Let me go. Here it is. God, I'm scared.
You didn't roll a 1, did you? A 3? I mean, it's close.
You know, I mean, when Karn hits, he does great, but it seems like he doesn't hit very often.
Ryan looks at both ways out, and there's uglies either way, and goes, "Well, shit." And I'm out of spells, by the way. There is exactly one, he has maybe one chance to turn this sucker around, but unfortunately it involves him stepping closer to big, bad, and ugly. What was that, a save versus breath?
Yep, save versus breath.
Nope, hit me.
1 damage.
I can deal with that. Since Torjohn hated those transformation darts, Orion picked them up. I'm going to do as close as I can get and still throw a dart. And
All
I'm
right.
going to throw a dart.
All right. Big
Shit.
money.
Big money.
Shit.
19
Oh, yeah, that's a hit. All right, roll.
What? plus dex plus 2, 23.
Okay, roll a D6. Don't roll a 1 or a 2.
I roll a 4.
All right,
Big
let's see
money,
here.
no whammies.
Okay, so if you haven't figured out yet, the D6, 1 or 2, magical effects don't affect him. But since you didn't roll that, all right, so I have found my magical effects. This could be really good or could be really bad. We're about to find out. Where is said?
He figures if the guy triples in size like the last fucking bastard, that it's just going to be TPK.
But it does it did bring down his AC when he did that.
Yeah.
I love Karn's looking for the good. It brought his AC down though. It was good.
Always the silver lining, Karn.
Oh, yeah, silver lining.
My next modus operandi was to also chuck a dart at the big guy.
Nice.
Okay.
You may have to do it too if
So here we go. Roll a D6 to find out what the random magical effect of the dart is that you just hit this creature.
6.
Sticks. Okay. Is this good or bad? I don't know. I got to read through all this. Holy shit.
Oh God.
Wow.
Oh God.
Okay. Roll 2D6.
No.
Do I want to know?
This is how many times it grows in size.
4 and a 5.
4 and a 5. Oh, well, okay. Yeah, I'm not, you know what? I'm not going to worry about that other roll. So, Ryan runs in the room. Oh, yeah, roll a D4 for the damage for the dart, because,
Because it won't make any goddamn difference, probably. 3.
3. Okay. I got to go through because this is like so long. This is very funny. So, Torjohn comes in and not Torjohn. That was
Right.
my bad. Sorry. Rest in peace. Orion comes running in, fires the start. It hits the creature like right in the chest and shoots like some sort of magical energy through it. And he shrinks to 9 inches tall.
Okay.
Who has another attack?
Basil does. Basil's like gonna run. He's running towards Torjohn and Orion. He's gonna attempt. He sees this little thing that's like wagging his finger from.
Yeah, his clawed hand at you, like you bastards.
He's gonna try to bludgeon it with his rock.
Okay, Percival rock, which is magical, right?
Yeah, it is. That's a 17.
+2 for fairy fire.
Oh, yeah, 19.
So you go to slam it with the rock and just miss him. He kind of moves out of the way because he's so small.
Shit.
Ugh.
At least we got the fairy fire.
Who's next?
So
Mess
Dog
with
has
a
to go
4.
turn.
Yeah,
Are you-
mess with a 4.
Okay.
Where's my dog when I need him?
Yeah.
How did the dog eat him?
J.R. Wagonbow, not happy about the recent developments, will use his rapier against whoever's in front of him. I think that's
Clintok and Dog are still in the room with him.
the Clintok.
Basil Wilberforce is in there too.
4 plus whatever he misses.
Have to strike
Right,
better
that was
than
that.
that.
What the hell can this guy do now? He's not happy about the current situation.
Still deadly.
All right, Basil, save versus spells. He flashes this tiny little green eye at you.
Oh boy.
Wilberforce or Bessex?
Bessex, since you tried to hit him with a rock.
Save versus spells. That's a 16, so that makes it.
Okay. You feel as though you were like ready to grow a carapace and scurry into a corner, but you don't. And it looks very disgusted. That is his action.
So he can do that more than once a day. I was hoping he could do that like
No, yeah, that's ability he can do all the time.
New round.
I rolled a 1.
I think
Anybody got a flat roll?
Karn and Basil both have +1s.
So do I. So does
So is Clintok.
everybody's. I'll just roll it. Fine. 5, double 6. Nothing to do. Let's see. This is an arboretum. Corrupted or not, is there a fountain, a stream, or any other method of keeping of watering this place?
Yeah, I would say there's probably a corrupted stream somewhere in here. Yes.
How close?
What range do you have?
It just says 5 by 5 cube. It doesn't
Okay.
say range.
Roll a d6. 4 to 6, it's close enough. 5 to 6, it's all on the other side of the room, and you would have to go to it. D6, you want 1 through 4.
Okay, 3.
All right, you hear like as you listen out, and you can hear the noise of some water somewhere.
I am going to control water and surround the thing and try to hold it in place.
Okay, there's a bunch of water around it. Okay.
So he is encased in water and probably doing a very good impression of somebody who's incredibly pissed off.
Yeah, he's definitely annoyed. The water doesn't seem to like affect him physically, but it's definitely an annoyance.
Okay, I'm hoping it either blocks his abilities or lowers his AC or something. I'll give it a round and see if something obvious happens. You know, if it looks like it's easier to hit him or whatever, and then we'll see.
Karn has been having so much luck with swinging his sword at big things, let alone little things. He thinks to himself, well, This worked once before. Spiders. Ho!
Roll 2d6.
Wait a minute. You're sending them after who? JR or?
The little 9-inch feller.
Yeah, it's just like a snack.
Well, I'm wondering though, but he can't be hurt by non-magical means, but can he be eaten by spiders?
Well, a point to note is currently it's floating in the middle of a ball of water. The spiders are not going to get to him.
That's true.
Okay, he'll try to hit it with his hematite sword.
Okay.
All right. What are we going to get here? 17 plus 2 to hit is 19. Is he still fairy fired?
Yeah,
Yes.
21.
that is actually what you need to hit him.
Nice.
Son of a bitch.
You do not
Okay.
roll a d6 because the hemodie ignores his resistance.
His magical resistance.
Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
7
Yes.
damage.
How much? 7?
7 points of damage.
Take a big chunk out of him.
Nice.
He doesn't look very well.
He's got lower hit points in this form.
Yes, he does.
Holy cow.
But
He's
it's
harder to hit, but he's got less hit
hard
points.
to hit him.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes. Kill it. Kill it.
Basil's gonna try to punch him again
With the rock,
with the rock. And that's
flash.
Clintok is going to shoot at JR again. Does a 15 hit?
Yeah, that is his AC. No, his AC is 16.
Okay.
Not bad.
Whiffs right by.
Oh, he's a bastard.
Senadog, you're gonna try to shoot this JR guy?
Oh yeah, finally a 16.
Nice. Okay, roll some damage.
It's 4 points.
Basil Wilberforce.
He's gonna leave the bow behind for a minute because he's feeling like he's running out of arrows. He's not, but you know.
That's fine.
And he's gonna revert to the tongue of Cuthbert,
Okay.
guy in the room that we're all trying to beat up on. I can't tell if this is a 10 or a 16. It is a 16.
That's a hit.
Hot damn, the numbers are back. So a D4 and a D6, right? That's the tongue of Cuthbert.
4.
Yeah. 4.
So he gets hit. He turns with the rapier to the person who just did that damage because everybody else is shooting at him with a bow. And he rolls a 4 as he tries to hit you, Basil.
Basil goes, "Oh, that's way too close," and he runs back and like. I'm going back to my boat.
So big bad.
So he is down there, in his little tiny form in the water around him, and all of a sudden he vanishes.
Shit.
Fuck.
Bastard.
He went invisible. Or he
Yeah, that's probably more like what the second word you said. Yeah.
yeah.
He should be still a hole in the water then.
He's not invisible. He vanished.
He vanished. He's
Okay.
because
He
he can
teleported
teleport.
before.
It's initiative time, I believe, because I roll a 6.
Fuck.
I can roll.
all right.
3.
JR will attack. Well, let's see. He's a bunch of people shooting at him.
Basil could run away. Actually, he hasn't had turn to run yet.
turn. He's Basil right there. So that's a 14 to hit.
I can't remember what Basil's AC is. He hasn't been into that. That hits him. Damn it.
Okay, takes 3 hit points.
Ugh.
Now all of you are in here. You can feel like the ground shake. Like the whole arboretum shakes, and like you can the glass, the stained glass, you can hear them like vibrate.
Oh, we might want to leave. This
Uh,
place feels like it might come down.
It is your turn.
Does this sound like footsteps?
Yeah.
Sounds more like
Wait a minute. That shaking was footsteps?
Yeah, it yeah.
Clintok hides
I'm
behind the door.
I'm going to point out that unless Big Bad took time to dispel magic, he's fairy fired.
Oh, you are correct. You are correct. He is
He
also
is
9 inches
glowing.
tall. Yes,
He's glowing.
correct. Yep.
When-
Orion is going to step closer to where he was because I'm assuming he uses a line of sight teleport. Unfortunately, he had time to break line of sight,
Okay.
and look around and look for the little glowing midget.
Give me a D6 roll.
Does his diminution in size also diminish his range for teleport?
I don't know. It's a fascinating question. Maybe you want to ask him that. 5. Looking around, there, like I said, there's brambles and thorns. It's in insects in here. You're looking, you don't see anything right now glowing. But yes, that's a very good point. He is still fairy fired.
Karn should be able to sense his location.
Oh, very good, Karn. Yes, I would. Yeah. Give me a D6 roll.
3.
Yes, you can sense where he is,
How far away is he?
like the top of the mound where he was.
Get back here and fight like an ant. Karn's gonna start trudging over towards him. What else can he do?
Okay, yeah, you walking through the brambles and moving. What? It's Karn's movement speed is not very fast, so he probably can't get to him. But you know where he is. You could like point out the
Yeah, I'm
actual
fine.
area where he's probably standing.
And we could probably, once we know pretty much where he is, you can probably see him because of the fairy fire.
Yeah.
Do I have a sense of how far away this booming footstep noise is?
It seems like it seems a good distance away, but it's moving. It makes up a lot of distance each time.
And is it feeling malevolent towards us?
Yes, very much so.
Fuck. We're screwed.
Ah,
Because if it can step
ah.
that big, how are we going to outrun it?
We could go back the way we came through the underground
True.
and maybe not outrun it, but hide.
Basil, Bessex, you're in this room, and Karn is headed, can sense where this thing is, and as it teleported away.
So did me looking around basically take my action?
Yeah, that was to see if you could find it.
Sorry, I thought about that sensing thing as you were looking around. I was like,
No,
wait, that's right, I can sense this.
It happens. Can't be optimal all the time.
Yeah. I have this vision of us sitting there like, and Karn is a little slow, 9 intelligence.
Yeah, he's half speed for now. Damn it.
He's only 9 intelligence. It takes him a minute to work through some things. Like he's cunning, but he's not.
Is Basil going to try to find him?
I think Basil would. Like, he hasn't given up.
Yeah, you don't have the half speed that Karn does. So give me a D6 roll to see if you can, if you're looking for him. Karn can kind of point him out. You'll have a better chance of finding him, but there is a chance that.
That's a 2.
Okay. You walk through the brambles and thorns and you see a glowing thing like hiding, amongst the insects.
I'm gonna punch it
Is it with the rock or with your fist?
with the rock.
Okay.
I'll bludgeon it. That's it's a fail. It's a 14 rather.
Slam it onto the ground nearby.
We can hurry up and kill him.
It's over here.
Maybe his summoning will stop.
So we got the other crew, let's see, Clintok and Synodog and Basil Wilberforce, who are fighting JR.
Gonna shoot JR again, or attempt to. Yes, with the 18.
Yeah.
5 damage.
Yeah. Oh, he gets hit again.
Damn, the bastard is tough.
Yep. Basil Wilberforce or Synodog.
Sinners walking around, always staying out of combat or melee. Misses again with a 4.
Oh. We gotta get hit. Synodog's gotta take archery practice.
Much against his own intuition, just because he's already there with it in his hand, he's going to stick with the tongue of Cuthbert, I guess. Hey, 18. I thought for sure I was going to roll again. 7 points of damage.
Oof. I rolled a 3 for this round.
How about I go for Karn? +1. I got a 3 as well.
All right, you guys are up first. Basil Bessex has found the little bastard. Karn, you could get to him this turn, and Orion can get to him as well.
Maybe one of us can actually hit. Did it look like the water did anything other than annoy him?
Looked like it just annoyed him.
Okay, so I will forego my control water
Okay.
and just walk up and try to spear the bastard. And the spear is silver.
Ah, very good.
Yeah, we got all those weapons silver.
Yeah, you did.
17 +2 is 19. Doesn't hit, right? Because his AC is insane.
His AC currently is 21. You stab at the ground and just miss him.
Just die! Just die!
Karn or Basil Bessex?
Yeah, Basil's going to
Stabbing, slamming rocks into the ground.
yeah. This one will hit. That's it's a 20. It's +2, +3, so that's a 24. 4 damage.
Roll a d6. Do not roll a 1 or 2.
A 3.
Tell me how he dies. He had 3 hit points left.
Yes.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
You know, this thing turns 9 inches tall. It looks up. It looks up at Basil, and it's like everyone's trying to hit it. It looks up everyone, and everyone's missing, and it just like all repugnant, like just like raises its fist and flips us off and giving us the stink eye. And then Basil just like slams it with the rock and it splats comically.
Nice.
And you guys, all of a sudden, you see JR in the room with his rapier, and then his eyes sort of gloss over and they look normal. And he's like, Al, what's going on? What happened?
Clintok shouts out before anyone has a chance to respond. Some guy just tried to shoot you with a bunch of arrows. He ran that way.
Whoa. I must have been under some kind of spell. Which way did he go? The audacity of that man. And he moves into the Arboretum as all the swarms and the bugs start to fall in on where you smushed him. There's a tiny hole. So the bugs and everything are being drawn to this hole and they're going in. And then the hole is getting bigger as things are getting sucked in.
We should get out of here.
Yeah.
Karn runs over to Torjohn and wants to try to lay on hands and see if he's soon enough to have saved him.
No, you can't. He's dead.
Too late. He's dead.
You can always raise dead in town, or you can keep a hold of the hand and make that save tomorrow and raise dead again.
He picks up Torjohn.
Just saying.
He picks up Torjohn and actually he looks at Basil and says, I'm slowing up already. Can you carry him?
I guess. Upsy daisy. And he hauls Torjohn over his shoulder.
Raise a little dead, raise a little
I pick up
dead, raise a
Torjohn's
little
axe.
dead.
Not that I don't want you to bring my character back, but would Karn actually dare hold on to that hand for another day?
No. He's going, when we get out of here, he's going to take the hand off and he's going to work on a way to destroy it. He has other thoughts in his head as well too, because he might be able to talk Basil Wilberforce into forking over an acorn. But I don't know if it's soon enough to do, if it's too late to do that as well.
Yeah, for the acorn, no. So Karn, as you're trying to make your way out, the hand is being pulled towards this hole. It's like in the air, like being sucked in as everything, like these trees with the horrible visages kind of melt away and get sucked in and just leave like bodies on the ground and leave the bodies as all this black ichor is being sucked and the hole is getting bigger and you can hear the footsteps.
So I try to use my sword to cut the hand in half as I take the hand off and let it go.
Yeah, you cut the hand, it cuts in half and flies off and gets sucked into that hole.
Time to GTFO.
Yep.
Head back towards the chapel.
Yeah, you head back out of the chapel, yeah, as those insects are just flying past you guys, and those creatures, Karn, that were following you are scurrying away. They're like trying to run away as fast as they can. And the insects are just bugs, you just like pelted with bugs as they're being sucked into the hole in the Arboretum. And it's just, you hear this noise. Are you going out the secret passage?
Well, we did the secret passage so we could not go through the Arboretum. Like
You could go around the Arboretum and like go through the Hall of Mirrors.
Which way's the fastest way?
The fastest way would be you to go around the big hole that's getting bigger and bigger. Karn is moving super slow, so he might have to make a save to get out of this room. Or he risks being sucked into the hole.
Oh God. Oh, can anybody give me a hand? I can't walk very fast.
No, yeah. I've only got a strength of 11.
What's it a save against?
It would probably be a dex roll.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
Do I need to make a dex roll?
No, unless that's what you decide. You can go into the chapel and go in the secret passage and go in the tunnel and go out that way. You'll have no issue. But if you enter further into the Arboretum where everything's being sucked into, all the insects, all the whatever evil is being sucked into this hole that's getting bigger and bigger. That's the danger.
Safe way.
Right. You can go the safe way.
Yeah, let's go back the way we came.
Go into the room. JR Wagonbow, that the guy you were fighting with the rapier, is like, what? I'm not going in there. What way out of here? I'm as he's looking at the arrows are sticking out of him. I'm terribly sorry. Whatever happened, I'll compensate you.
I expect it to be that way. Come on, follow us.
Okay. And he grabs onto his hat so he doesn't, and he runs out with you guys as you go through the secret passage and you're crawling through.
Do we see a crown?
I'll get to that point.
Okay.
And you're going through a passage and the dust and the dirt is falling because you can hear the footsteps. Karn, you have no, like, the evil is gone. You're not wearing the hand anymore, so you can't sense anything. You get into this room through the secret door, and right there was the four-post bed. There's no creature there, but next to the nightstand is a crown.
Basil Wilberforce is definitely going to pick up the crown.
Okay, yeah, you pick it up. You enter the next room, and you see the bed is on its side, and the leg is missing, which would have been the creature that was sleeping. And you go through the door into the Hall of Mirrors, and the mirrors are being sucked right off the wall, flying down, being sucked into the Arboretum. And you go down the passing insects, like as you're walking, like all these spiders, everything is just going right past you. Pickled goblin fingers are flying past you. And then you go and you're outside the manor, and you look up and you can see some huge colossus thing approaching, like out of the clouds, and it like steps through the chapel, crunch, and the next step is into the Arboretum as the whole thing just kind of crashes
all
down.
dress goblin fingers? Oh, sorry, is that all the old dress goblin fingers or the plane?
As it steps into the Arboretum and you see it just vanish. As like the glass and everything crashes down as you're standing outside the estate seems to, as it looked very pristine now, seems to age right before your eyes. Like it looks older, like worn out. And you see Omar and a couple guards with him come running up. What's happened? One of the guys is like, what the hell was that?
There were evil black
Some
magic
magic.
users in the estate.
Wow. Okay.
They were even, there were some of them that were even turning into other creatures, like werewolves and were-rats. It was terrifying.
We barely got out of there in time. Thank God you saw us.
Yes.
Lead us to the wine, women, and song.
Well, we've been afraid to come on this estate for quite some time. The magistrate will be happy. Is there anybody from the Wagonbow Estate that we could speak to? And he looks around, he sees that somebody is wearing fine looking leather armor that has WW on it.
Well,
You must be a Wagonbow. Yes. The magistrate would like to speak to you. There's some back taxes that you owe.
I think you actually want to talk to him, and I'll point to JR.
He's like, no, my name is
Oh,
Juan Pierre. I don't know who. I'm a merchant. I came to the estate to sell my goods. What are you talking about? This is obviously this William Wagonbow.
It's a case of mistaken identity.
I'm sorry, but everyone knows that only the Wagonbow Estate would, somebody from there would wield such a fine sword, and point to his rapier.
My father gave me this. This is not. Look, look at his armor. It's obviously It's fine Wagonbow, finely made.
Yeah, because they tried to marry me into this weird incestual family.
I was his best man at his wedding. I would know. I could back up this claim. It was weird, kind of incestual.
Like,
Orion just starts playing his lute quietly in the background. His flute, sorry.
They long to be close to you.
But for all of you guys talking, I will point out that Omar has seen Clintok outside of his armor and knows that Clintok is an outsider and not somebody who's lived around here. So Omar should speak up, or not.
Omar looks.
But Omar knows the truth.
Looks confused, and then Remy comes out of that little house that Jenille was living in and ushers him over because he's taken Teresa and Felix there to hide. And that is a good place to stop, as you have successfully survived the Wagonbow Estate.
barely.
That was not easy.
Yes, it was not intended to be easy.
Too late, my time has come, sends shivers down my spine, body's aching all the time.
I am
Goodbye,
playing my
everybody.
flute.
I've got to go.
At some point, I will reach charm potential on those guards, which is exactly what he intended to do, by the way.
So, Wes, when Clintok went to attack, I guess technically I forgot because his arm was bad. He had hurt his arm. So I don't know. You were shooting a bow, so I don't know how well. I guess it would have been in a negative, but I'm not going to worry about that. But when he went to shoot Natelle, and the arrow went around him, around her, that's because you're a Wagonbow. You can't hurt another Wagonbow. So if you had attempted to attack the creature like that Karn was fighting, it wouldn't have affected him because that was technically his grandfather.
You actually, the magic actually worked. Wow.
It was going to come down to the initiative. So obviously you guys won the initiative and you said, I do. So if she had actually got off the spell to disintegrate you, when you went invisible, I had to go with the next closest thing but if she had hit you with the disintegration, it would have failed because she couldn't have affected you.
Damn.
And the other thing was that lightning. So since it's theater of the mind, like, so lightning spell is supposed to be, you line up with a bunch of people. And I'm like, well, we're playing theater of the mind. You can't do that.
Yeah.
So I rolled a D4 to see how many people she could get. And since there was 3 right there, and it's 11 D6 because she's an 11th level magic user.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy.
So I had some grapple rules because I talked to Paul about grapple. I thought that you guys would run up and just tackle her, but you didn't do that. That's fine. She ended up dropping just a couple people for those who and dumping the healing potions down, saved them. But they cannot wear armor. Basil had the acorn, which was brilliant idea. But Felix can't wear armor for 23 days, I said, and Teresa survived. Torjohn is first level, so technically he is dead, but he can be risen. You could try to go into Hexer's Crossing and raise dead. There's probably a cleric who can do that. It will cost money. I didn't know if I was gonna roll to see if Jenille would make the save to control the hand. Like if she could control the hand, then she would be able to tell you something's bad coming, But since she failed, it would kill her. And then I didn't know if one of you guys would pick it up. But of course, I didn't think Karn would, but he did. And you passed.
It definitely helped. Remove curse definitely helped. Otherwise, Torjohn would have been sucked down along with at the end there anyway.
Yep.
His thinking was she was lawful good. It was being revealed that she was a celestial being. So if she was thinking that the hand would help her, so I didn't know, he had no idea what it was that it was going to do. And I had no clue either, what it was going to give. But
right.
Just here, if it was going to help her, it would help him.
Her and her sister were not related to her father. So that's why they sort of didn't have the corruption or the problems that her brother had right off the bat. If you had failed, then you would have been like an undead servant of this creature. Because that's basically what he was doing. Even if you had passed, you have to make the save every day.
Karn's lawful stupid, so
well,
he just does he's always going to do the thing that the good guy would do, right?
Yep. And the D12 roll was the random creatures that were in the estate that the demon was calling forth. And the Colossus was technically one of them. I just called it at the end because he was coming close. And fire did not affect anybody. So fire was something that they all were kind of immune to. I forget who rolled the 10 because there was 12 ghouls. When you turned them, that could have been very bad.
Oh yeah, that would have been.
Yeah, that was big.
Literally eating us alive.
Those ghouls, no fun.
And those creatures that showed up that weren't malevolent, Babylon Wagonbow would go and feed them. So that's what they were doing. They were just they would grazing in the estate and they were just looking for you to give them food. It is loosely based on Castle Amber. I had to change a lot of the stuff. I kept the boxing thing. I kept some of the other things. I knew that if there was a boxing ring, I knew that Basil Bessex would want to go in there and fight.
The darn transformation that queued his hit points. What did it do to his hit points?
So it is a random effect. So obviously the first time you made him bigger. It gave his hit points a third. So whatever his total hit points were, they became a third. So he was really hurting. It gives a -3 to hit. So his armor class goes up by 3. He becomes hard. He's like a 2 in 6 chance he can hide in shadows, but you had fairy fired him.
So he can't, right?
Right.
Yeah, a third the hit points was fairly critical. Because he was harder to hit, but at 3 times his hit points, he would have had several more rounds to, save or die, save or die, save or die, save or die, save or die. Oh, and the claw, ridiculous damage.
Yeah, eventually Karn would be looking at everybody else and telling them to run while he covers their asses, and he's going to die. There's always a chance of getting to that point that he's just going to be like, I'm going to stay here. I'll make the last stand, and you guys run and save yourselves, and remember me. Drink one for comfort.
All right, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for hanging out. I know it's late, so thank you.
Thanks.
All right.
Yep.
See you.
Have a good one.
Night,
All right, take care.
everyone. Great game.
Awesome.
All right.
Let's run.